Folks, it's your boy Long Beach Joe, and I am back at it. I'm back at it. I'm back at it again. I'm back at it again, man. Listen, it's time to discuss, man. It's draft time, baby. It's draft time. All right. Listen, please hit the links in the link tree. It's down in the description below. All right. Salutes to everybody. Join me. Badger, I see you in the building. Salutes. It's time. Okay. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. All right. We talking Jets. We're going to take some calls as well if y'all want to call in, but I'm waiting to take the calls until after we see what the Jets do with the 16th pick. Okay, we might take some calls after the second one if y'all feel like it. Or after pick number 2, excuse me, if y'all feel like it. So, but definitely we're going to take even more calls after that 16th pick. So I'm leaving that number up there, all right? Man, I'm hyped. I'm excited. I hope everyone else is excited, okay? A lot of things going on, a lot of things moving and shaking, okay? A lot of things moving and shaking, all right? But, man, we got a lot going on, okay? Salutes to everybody. Again, watching, I want to thank everybody for joining. Badger, salutes. He says, I'm ready for this. There are many Jets channels, but yours is the best. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot to me. I enjoy this team. I enjoy the fans. Put out content, I know people want more content that will be coming. But yeah, I really enjoy talking about this football team. So I'm hoping we figure things out and get something rolling. But this is the start right here. This is the start where the Jets get something going and figure it out. Getting the right talent in here, extremely important, extremely, extremely important. So thank you, Badger. Salutes to everybody. Please give the stream a thumbs up wherever you're watching me from. All right. Let me know. Is my audio good? Is the video good? Let me know. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And I hope everybody's enjoying themselves, man. I hope everybody's having a good life. I know there's a lot of things moving and shaking. I hope everybody's enjoying themselves and staying good. All right. Staying good. Stay with God. That's what I say. All right. So, please, sit back, relax. Let's have a couple snacks. What are you guys eating on? You having nachos? What are you having? What are you having? Okay. Let me know. What are you doing? Draft's open. We got the Steelers, some Steelers players. It's in Pittsburgh. So, them towels is waving. But yeah, man. Yeah. So let's start this. So who do you folks want at number 2? There's been a lot of talk. Badger says your audio is good. Thank you. There's been a lot of talk. Thank you very much, Badger. Thank you for that. I always want to make sure, things get moving and shaking. All right. When you live stream, a lot of things start moving and shaking and, it could be all over the place. But what is everybody's who do you want to see? Who do you want to see at 2? Who do you want to see at 16? Let me know. All right. Let me know. So there's a lot of things going on, a lot of talk. I've noticed, man, just like everybody else, there's been a lot of talk about David Bailey. A lot of talk about David Bailey. So I don't know if that's actually going to happen. I'm not against it. I don't think that David Bailey is a bad pick. But it's just kind of strange how he's really popped up out of nowhere. When as far as being connected to the New York Jets. And I'm looking to see what's going on here. What's going to happen? Is that where the Jets are going to go? Is that, who they're going to take? Because there's been a lot of talk about Arvell Reese. Everybody knows I like Sonny Styles. I'd like to see the Jets trade down and grab Sonny Styles. I think that would be a great move for the New York Jets, but we will see. Okay, we will see. We'll see. Because let me tell you something. A lot of things going on. A lot of things going on. Thing is, it gets really interesting and exciting. Um, because of course the Raiders are going to take Mariota. That's a far-going conclusion. So it gets really interesting with us because we kind of hold the keys to how this board could play out. Especially if the Jets trade down. If the Jets trade down, it gets really interesting after that. So, but we'll see. We'll see. But I tell you what, there are some options there. There are some real good options there for the New York Jets. And I think that if we can get capital and then turn around and still grab a guy, still grab somebody that's going to be able to get in here and really make something happen for the New York Jets, that would be wonderful. Because I really look at this situation as, and I know other people don't look at it like this, but I look at it like this. This draft could really help propel us in next year's draft. We already got 3 first-round picks in next year's draft. But if we could grab maybe another second, another third rounder, let's say the Jets with Geno Smith this year end up winning enough games to have like the 4th pick in the first round. Archie, if Manning comes out, he's going number 1, right? We have to have the capital to go up there and grab him. I'm keeping it all the way real. I'm putting my chips in. I told people this year. If Manning is coming out next year, do whatever it takes to grab him. Do whatever it takes, dude. Do whatever it takes. All right. But we'll get into that. Man, this sets us up for the future really well if we can grab some capital. But I also understand if we're set and we just say, hey, we're going to take somebody at 2. I understand that too. Let me get to the chat. Salute to all the savages. All right. Again, please give the stream a thumbs up, subscribe, share it across your social media with your friends and your family. Let them know, your boy Joe is live. All right. We're going to be taking calls later on. Y'all see the numbers on the screen. I'm just going to leave a number on the screen for y'all. But let me get to the savages and y'all thoughts. I don't want to. Salutes to Badger Den. He says, I believe the Jets might take Ione from Penn State. Yeah, the guard. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about him at 16. And I'm not against it because there's nobody there. Simpson's gone. AVT is gone. AVT went to the Patriots. I think Simpson went to the Ravens. I think he went back to the Ravens. So there's a hole there. I'd have no problem with that whatsoever. I wouldn't be against it. I do want to see them address wide receiver, but I think especially with how it depends on how the board plays out. But if the board plays out how I think it will, I think there'll be guys there. Denzel Boston, I think, has a chance to be there in the second round. Omar Cooper, I think, can be there in the second round. There's a lot of talk about him going in the first, but I feel like he's a guy that could be there in the second round. So there's some guys out there. What is that guy's name? I know people don't like Concepcion. There's some people that really do not like him. But, I think he's a guy that could be there a little bit later on. What is that guy? There's another Bell. I think Bell is the other big body wide receiver that's in. So he could be there. So there's other options that the New York Jets have, but they definitely need to address wide receiver. I personally, again, I'm not against Ione. If you take him, I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. I wouldn't be against it at all. But if Mekhi Lemon or Tyson or Jordan Tyson is really tempting because he has all of the traits to be an elite wide receiver in the league. But I understand the injury concerns and people being scared like, whoa, he's coming off of an injury like this. I don't know about that. But I'm telling you, if Mekhi Lemon is there, you take him. If Tate is there, you take him too. But again, I'm not against going guard. Not against it. Wouldn't have a problem with it if that's what happened. Let me get back to the Savages. Edward salutes. Good to see you in the building, Savage. He says, hiya, Joe and the Savages. I'm so ready. Absolutely. Mike P salutes. Good to see you in the building. He says, what's up, Joe? Reese at 2, and then trade up from 16 to 7 for Tate. Okay. He's talking. He's talking. You know who else? There's been a lot of talk about Ruben Bain sliding down the board. There's been a lot of talk about that. If Ruben Bain is at 16, what are y'all thoughts? There's been a lot of talk about him sliding down the board, possibly to 20. If Ruben Bain is sitting there at 16, what are you guys doing? Let's say we take David Bailey at 2. Ruben Bain is right sitting there. He's sitting there in your face at 16. What are you doing? Let me know. Edward Stewart says, this sets up the future. Yeah, it does. It does. Mike P says, Manning next year and Ohio State wide receiver Smith with next first round pick. Yeah. Badger Den says, if the Jets can recoup a third round pick, it would be a blessing. Yeah, that's what I'm, man, if the Jets can get a third or a second or a third, or maybe 2 picks next year, 2/3 or something like that, right? That's, bro, I'm over the moon about that. I'm over the moon about that. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. I don't have an issue with that at all. I have no issues whatsoever with that. None. I don't have a problem in the world with it. So we'll see though, right? We'll see. We'll see what the Jets do and what move they're going to make. But if you can trade down maybe from 2 to 4 or 2 to 5 and pick up a second or a third this year and a third next year, I'm doing that in a heartbeat. I'm doing that in a heartbeat. All right. The Raiders are taking Mendoza. No surprise. No surprise. Let's go. Let's go. We on the clock. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We on the clock. That was known. You know what I'm saying? No surprises there. Edward Stewart says, do they take a wide receiver at 16? We'll see. We'll see. I hope they do. I hope they do. If it plays out how I think it's going to play out, I would love Mekhi Lemon at 16. I would love him. I don't think that Tate's going to be there. I don't think he's going to be there. I think he's going to be gone. But, you know, we'll see what happens. And I'm taking Mekhi Lemon. I have no issues whatsoever. He's a really good wide receiver. I don't have a problem with that. All right? I don't have a problem whatsoever. Edward says, that's what concerns me with the injuries, man. If he can stay healthy. Oh, if he can't stay healthy. Yeah. There's questions. There's questions. And I don't knock anybody. I don't knock anybody that has those questions. And I think they'll, man, but he has, bruh. I understand not wanting to take that chance because we are the New York Jets. And it's like, yo, do you want to play? Do you want to test your luck? You know, a team and a franchise that is notorious for not being very lucky, actually for being very unlucky, whether it be with selections in the draft or picks or whatever, right? But, man, he has all the tools to be a really good wide receiver in this league, like all of the tools. The route tree is there. The hands are there. He can get separation. He's not slow at all. Like, he has all the traits, but I understand the concerns about injury. I get it. I am not here to push that to the side at all. Not at all. But I tell you what, if he's sitting there at 16, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you pass him up. Salutes to everybody. Mike P says, our 33rd pick is going to be a hot commodity. It is. It is. It really, really is. Jets are on the clock. 3 minutes and some change left. It is. It's going to be a hot commodity, especially if the board continues to play. Like if the board plays out as strange as I think it could, baby, let me tell you something. We could be sitting on a really good pick and really be able to make some moves. So, man, there could be some real value there. There could end up being one of them top wide receivers could be there. Man, it could be some real value there. So we'll see. We'll see who the Jets take, man. The pick is in. There's been a lot of talk about David Bailey, a lot of talk about Arvell Reese. I was hoping the Jets would trade down, grab Sonny Styles. Salutes to Badger. He says, but Joe, the guy I really want is Sonny Styles. Yeah. Man. Hawkeye salutes. Hawkeye says, seems odd we're not pounding the table for a tackle with the first pick. Yeah, those days are over, and I am glad they are. Man. The pick is in, man. So now it's time. Come on. Come on. Come on, Jets. Make the right selection. I think it's David Bailey. I think it's David Bailey. I just got a feeling, bro. The talk surrounding him has been insane these last couple days or weeks. And again, I'm gonna keep saying this. David Bailey, him being like the talk of the town now, bruh, that has been insane. Okay? Salutes to Buck Strickland. Thank you. Man. Okay, picks in. Let's go. Okay. New York Jets take. David Bailey. David Bailey. No issues. No issues with this pick, and let me tell you why. David Bailey is going to be able to come in day one and do exactly what he's been doing. Get after the quarterback. Get after the quarterback, okay? Make it happen. Go get after the quarterback. Edge rush immediately. I like the pick. I'm not against it at all. I'm excited to have an edge rusher in here, right? Excited. Not only excited because we add a piece, but this is going to help Will McDonald. Oh, my Lord. Anybody remember him? He was like on a milk carton last year. He was on a milk carton, all right? So I like the pick. Let me get to the Savage, see what y'all got going, all right? Mike P was hoping that it was Reese. He said, come on, Reese. Edwards said, need that true pass rusher. Badger Jen says it's Bailey. It's Bailey. Yep. It's Bailey. Mike P says, no, Bailey. No, he doesn't want Bailey. Okay. Coach G says, yes, it's Bailey. Well deserved. All right. All right. Edwards says he likes the pick. Mike P says, now we have two Will McDonalds on the edge that can't tackle against the run. That's not true. That's not true. Listen, I think all these players, Bailey is going to, I believe, Bailey's going to improve. Like, nobody's coming out of the draft a finished product, okay? Nobody's coming out of the draft a finished product. And he is a guy that is a edge rusher. Do you know, bro, the last time the Jets really had a really good edge, like a guy that was really putting things together out there, getting rush, putting up big sack number, that was John Abraham. That was like years ago. Like somebody to consistently be afraid of was John Abraham. That was a long time ago, dude. A long time ago. We have to step into the current NFL. At some point, dude. We have to. And I think Will McDonald is really good, but I also think that Will McDonald was on a milk carton last year. And I think that this defense, with Aaron Glenn as the helm of it, was a big question mark, right? So me personally, was David Bailey like my guy from the jump? No, he wasn't. I talked all day about Sonny Styles, and we'll see what happens with him. But I like David Bailey. I'm not against it. I'm not against David Bailey at all. I like the fact that we brought in an edge rusher. Hello. If the Jets ever want to be a good football team, you're going to have to get at the opposing quarterback. You have to get at them. You have to. Again, we're going to take calls tonight. We're taking calls. The lines are open. We taking calls. Okay? The lines are open. Trust me. All right? Y'all see the number. I'm not against this pick. I'm really not. I'm not against the pick. I'm not against Bailey being brought in here. And I also think this guy, and I'm gonna come back to the Savages in a second. Salutes to Buck Strickland. Thank you for the donation. Okay? Listen here. I'm going to keep it all the way real. We need to get as close to the finished product as possible here. Because I think that this pick, and this I'm gonna keep it 100 right here. Everybody's talking about the ceiling for all these other players, right? Everybody's talking about the ceiling. Arvell Reese, big ceiling. Everybody's got a great ceiling, right? Great ceiling, great ceiling. You have to have the coaching there to have that player reach their ceiling. You have to have the coaching to do that. And I feel like nobody's talking about this, and I'm gonna continue to talk about my take. Aaron Glenn's not a good coach. He has not proven to be a good coach yet. So everybody's talking about ceiling. To reach that ceiling, you have to have coaching to raise that player up so that he can touch that ceiling. Aaron Glenn's not that guy. You need to get the guy that's as close to the finished product as possible at a position of great need. And David Bailey in this draft, for everything that people be saying, he is one of those guys. He is. And he's going to be asked to come in here and do exactly what he was doing in college. Go get the quarterback. Go get him. That's it. We ain't got to play all these weird tricks and stuff. Of course, I know that they should move him around, have him run stunts and all kind of things to free him up. There should be a lot of things done. He is a true edge rusher. That's what he is. All right? He's edge. He is edge pressure immediately. Go get the quarterback. You're going to do the same thing that you was doing, all right, in school. Go get the quarterback. Cardinals are on the clock, and the pick is in. And again, I don't disagree with this. I know that there's some people that are going to be furious, though. I personally am not furious. I'm not furious because I understand this pick. I understand it. And also, this adds another tool to Aaron Glenn's toolbox so that this pick in itself puts more pressure on him. Because now you can't say, oh, we ain't got no edge. You got David Bailey, dog. You got David Bailey. You got David Bailey. You know what I'm saying? You got David Bailey. I don't want to hear all this. You got David Bailey. Well, now his rookie year, do I think he'll have 16, 15 sacks? No, I don't. That's really tough for rookies to do. But I do think he'll have a significant impact. And the Cardinals take Jeremiah Love. I'm not against that at all for them. Not against that at all for them. Salutes to him. But I think he'll come in and really add to the Jets' pass rush and really put pressure and get a lot of hurries, cause a lot of chaos and destruction, throw off timing. I think he could easily have 6, 7, 8 sacks his first year. I think he could have that, that's a really good contribution from a rookie. right? But I think as time goes on, we'll see a gain, and I think one day he absolutely has the talent and ability to one day be a 15, 16, 17 sack guy, something like that. All right. Let me get back to the Savages, man. Get back to the Savages. Let me get back to y'all. Salutes to everybody. And please subscribe if you haven't already. All right, hit that notification bell. Also, give the stream a thumbs up. Share it across your social media with your friends and your family. Let me see here. Buck says Bailey is a savage. That's a fact. That's a fact. Outlaw says, Joe, how do you feel about him? David Bailey, I think it's a solid pick. Shonen salutes. Good to see you in the building, Shonen. Shonen says, what's good, Joe? It's been a while. I'm perfectly fine with the pick. Yeah. Mike, excuse me. Mike Cantina says, brutal pick, Joe. Styles is a better player. I like Sonny Styles as well. Okay, everyone knows that. That's who I wanted. I don't think it's me personally, I don't think it's a brutal pick, but I understand you wanted Sonny Styles as well as I did. I'm maybe the Jets still end up with him. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. Rusty says, damn it. Should have been Sonny Styles. Yeah, Outlaw says, is he the best edge rusher in the draft? Yeah. As far as finished product edge, yes. Undoubtedly. There's no denying it. Yes, he is the best edge rusher in the class. Easy. Now, there's other guys like Arvell Reese and that have potential to be like out of this world, but David Bailey is the best finished, proven edge rusher in this draft. He's the best proven edge rusher. Hands down. Like, no denying that. All right. Edward Stewart says, technically, I thought we were going to take Reese. There was a lot of talk about Arvell. Now, Arvell, he's a baller too. That's why I'm like, I'm not upset at all. I feel like any way that we went, you know what I'm saying? Even let's say if we took Arvell Reese, wouldn't have been against it. If we would have took Sonny Styles, wouldn't have been against it. We took David Bailey, not against it. Like, I felt like the options that was talked about, and David Bailey came on late, but the options that's been thrown around and talked about, none of them are like bad. Mike says, D-end, Falke at 33. We'll see. I don't think I think the Jets need to double up on wide receiver. That's just me. I wouldn't mind if the Jets took a wide receiver at 16 and then took another one at 33. Wouldn't be against it because you're setting your table for your quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Outside of Garrett Wilson, who's the other proven pass catcher? There's no other proven wideout. You know what I'm saying? You see this guy right here, that man Breece Hall, like he's the only proven guy. Only other proven guy that can catch a football around here. He's not a wideout. who knows how long he's going to be around. There's Jets fans that want to trade him left and right. Me personally, I want to keep him. I would like to see them give him an extension to keep him a Jet for the rest of his career, but what do I know? I mean, he's just the only other guy that's even been like a legitimate weapon for the New York Jets offensively recently, right? It's just him and Garrett Wilson on the team. That's it. I'm not disrespecting Mason Taylor. I'm just saying I need to see more out of him. So we need more. We need offense. Step into the NFL. Nobody tells the Chiefs, hey, they got too many offensive weapons. Nobody says that. They just get off the bus and they're up by 65, and then they put you away. Like that. That's what happens. They step off the plane. They're up 28 when they step off the plane, and then the game's over and it's 48-10, and they've won another one. It's like, what's going on here? Nobody tells them, Travis Kelce and the other wide receiver you got, the young burner, and then you got all these. You guys got to get rid of those weapons. Nobody tells them that. I need the Jets to get out of the caveman era of offense. The Titans pick is in. All right. Titans were on the clock. Their pick is in. I'm trying to I'm trying to I'm trying to, score it up. I want to see the Jets be able to come out and consistently score, you know, 28 points a game. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. That's what I want. Is that so bad? Tennessee Titans, who they're selecting here. All right. We're going to see what the pick is. Carnell Tate. The Tennessee Titans select Carnell Tate at 4. Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Not that it's a great pick. Carnell Tate is a phenomenal wide receiver. But I just didn't think that the Titans would be the one doing it. I didn't think the Titans would select him. There was a lot of smoke about the Titans and Sonny Styles. That's who I thought that they were going to do. Or that's who I thought that they were going to pick. Wow. Okay. Giants are on the clock. Giants are on the clock. Okay? They're on the clock. Wow. Carnell Tate. Let me get back to the Savages here. Carnell Tate. Let's go. Let's go. About to be out there with Sulla. Tate at 4. What are y'all thoughts? Are you guys as surprised as I am? I didn't think the Carnell Tate will go to the Titans at 4. He's phenomenal. Phenomenal wide receiver. But I was a little shocked. Titans take Tate at 4? All right, let's go. Let's go. Mike P says, watch Reese will be a Hall of Famer. Flashback to Emmitt Smith or Dan Marino. We'll see. We'll see. A lot of people always give the Jets flack for not picking Dan Marino. I mean, Dan Marino is phenomenal quarterback. But the guy that people forget, the guy that the Jets actually picked, that quarterback, he was actually pretty good. He's actually a pretty good quarterback, but that kind of gets lost in the discussion when you talk about Dan Marino, right? But he was pretty good. Edward says, agree. He's a true edge. Yeah. Outlaw says, was the best edge rusher? Yes, he was. Sean Bennett says, he'll be a third down specialist with 10 to 12 sacks a season guy. He says, yep. Now watch the same teams get the future all-stars. We'll see. We'll see. I think that, I really think that he has the ability to be really good, bro. A really big issue, right? And I know that people are going to talk about, even like Badger Den says, the Bailey pick at 2 reminds me of the guy from Georgia, Trevon Walker, that was picked up by the Jags. Sean Bennett also says, David Bailey is a high-end Bryce Huff. He'll have issues stopping the run, but hey, it's a pick. Listen, again, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, okay? He may have some issues at first, but then close things out. But if he's a guy that is consistently getting sacks, that means these opposing teams, it's going to be like 3rd and 10, 3rd and 15 for them because he's going to get a sack on 2nd down or maybe even 1st down. Or he's going to come in on 3rd and close it out where you're not going to have anything. Like people talk about Bryce Huff. Remember that season that Bryce Huff had? He was closing things out for us. And that defense was phenomenal. Like, I understand the wanting to stop the run, but I get it. You want to get players that are just unbelievable at everything, but everybody has a weakness. And we have guys that are going to be able to stop the run. The Jets had issues stopping the run. They brought other guys in this upcoming season. We'll see what happens. But this guy's ability to affect the game from the edge and get you a sack on 2nd down to make it 3rd and 15, 3rd and 16, something like that, I'm taking that. Pause. Every day. Pause. Like, this is, I'm going. Like, I'm going to grab an edge rusher in here. And again, there's nothing saying that he can't like get better against the run. Like, there's nothing to say. All of these guys have weaknesses. Every last one of them. All of them. A lot of people are talking about Arvell Reese, him not having any bend and not being a guy that, could come in and be an edge rusher off the bat, that you have to train him up a bit. All these guys have weaknesses. But his ability, his special power, his superpower, bruh, I'm running with that. I'm running with that. I'm running with it. I have no issues. I have no issues with the pick. I don't mind. I do not mind, okay? The Chiefs have made a trade with the Browns, okay? The Chiefs have made a trade with the Browns. The Chiefs get the number 6 pick in the draft. The Chiefs gave up the number 9 pick in the draft, the 74th pick in the draft, and the 148th pick in the draft. Excuse me. So the Chiefs are now sitting at pick number 6. All right. And the Browns moved down to 9. They got some capital, and that was good capital. That's good capital there. That's good capital. That's good capital. BK says, what's up? Salutes to you, BK. Good to see you in the building. He says, what's up? We got Bailey. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. BK says, solid pick. Definitely the best edge rusher. And we know he is proven. Yeah, that's like, to me, I get it, man. I'm not here dumping on anybody for taking him. I'm not dumping on him. I'm not gonna dump on Moogie for taking him. He's the finished product, and you want he's very close. He's the closest you're gonna get to a polished edge rusher, like the most polished edge rusher in the class. I see why Moogie made the move. Look, you also got to think, like, there's a lot of questions about the Jets and their future, coaching wise. There's a lot, and no one wants to talk about that, and I'm not going to stop talking about it, because that is integral to the direction of your football team. Who your coach is he proven? Can he make players better? Can he actually coach? That's important, not only to the team and the direction of your franchise, but to the growth of your players. That's why under Adam Gase, basically nobody got better, because he wasn't a good coach. Right? Like, think about that. Aaron Glenn, bad coach. Last year, not good. Blew out his whole staff damn near in the offseason. You got all these new guys coming in here. He was trying to go get another defensive coordinator, and Woody Johnson said, don't even think about it. You're calling the defensive plays. And he said, oh, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, you will be. So we're going to see this year if he's the guy or not. But one thing that you do know is David Bailey can do the same thing if Aaron Glenn is not the guy. If he's not the guy and they go get somebody else next year, that guy is still going to be able to go, oh, David Bailey, hey, do what you did in college. Hey, move a little bit to the left. All right. Do what you did in college. Hey, stand up, move back a little bit, act like you're going to run backwards, and then do what you did in college. So it's like, like I said, Sonny Styles, my guy. That's my guy. I love Sonny Styles. I wish the Jets would have drafted him. Arvell Reese is going to the Giants. They just took him at 5. Salutes and respect to him. I want Sonny Styles. Everyone knows that. I wanted Sonny Styles. I love Sonny Styles. Loved him since the end of the year. I said that's the guy I want to be brought in to be a New York Jet. But when you look at David Bailey, you say, he's what we need. He's what we need. All right. Let me get back to the Savages. Do what you did in college. Mike P says, damn, there goes Tate at 4. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. People shocked at Tate. Badger Den says Sulla took Tate. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. He did indeed. I'm still a little shocked there. Not saying that Tate isn't deserving of that, but there wasn't a lot of talk about Tate going top 5. There was talks about him maybe going 5 to 10, but top 5, that's a big wide receiver off the board. Okay. So now you got to start to look at it and say, hey, are we going to get that run on wide receivers earlier than we thought? You know what I'm saying? Are people going to start stacking up before 16 to grab whoever? Are the Jets going to have to scramble, okay, and try to figure out what's going on in the second round? Or are you going to reach for a guy in the first? All right, we'll see. Coach G says, we dodged a bullet. Reese in free fall. I don't know. He got taken by the Giants. Coach G says, I like Joe. He gets it. Some Jets YouTubers, some people are smeared, or some people are smearing Bailey. I understand that. Coach says Bailey is a lunatic, production, and wears no gear because he's a psycho. Coach also says he's going to eat with the Jets. You don't draft high to stop the run. You get Jags. You get I guess you get certain players to stop for run stopping. Pass rushing requires actual talent. That's a fact. Yeah. And again, I understand. I'm a Jets fan. I love all my Jets fans. I understand the importance of stopping the run, right? Look at what happened to Jets defense last year. Couldn't stop a soul. You, me, anybody out there watching me, you could have had probably about 110 yards, 2 touchdowns on the Jets on the ground yourself. I don't care what's happened to you. If you got a bad knee, it doesn't matter. I watched those guys get pushed off the ball all last year, right? But with that being said, the Jets were in position to get ran on like that because you couldn't rush the passer. Will McDonald, as good as I think he can be, bro, he was getting locked up last year. And the defensive scheme didn't help anybody, right? So you bring in a guy that's an edge, you change things up. We brought in some different guys as well, some different big bodies, some fat guys. And I think that they're going to be a bit better against the run, but you have to get after the passer in this league. How many times did we play a quarterback last year that was dropping back and literally had like 40 minutes to throw the football? That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable, man. You can't have that. You have to get after the passer. If the Jets ever want to be good, if we want to win a Super Bowl right now, that goes through a lot of good quarterbacks. Whether you talk about Burrow or Patrick Mahomes, clearly, right? Lamar Jackson, even in our own division, Allen. Bro, how many games was he just running around and doing whatever he wanted to do? How many games was he able to drop back and just, okay, 40 years, all right? 40 years. We can't have that no more. Get after it, Edward says exactly, Joe. Coaching goes a long way. It does. I feel like a lot of people, bro, they don't. I don't know what it is. The Chiefs have selected Mansour Delane, okay, corner from LSU, at 6. So 7, Washington is going to be on the board. I don't know what it is. I don't know if people are, like I said, I come with the takes. All right, I got takes, And Aaron Glenn sucks. And I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. I don't know why all of a sudden it's, oh, well, Aaron, we all trust. I don't trust a damn thing about Aaron Glenn. He sucks until further notice, okay? And unless he improves this upcoming year, he is trash as a head coach. He's one of the worst head coaches in the league, if not the worst. So I need to see something from him. I need more. I need something better. Because if it was up to me, he would have been fired at the end of last season. All right? So, when I look at him, I see a coach that's struggling just to coach. I see a team that didn't get better under him. There were tons of guys struggling defensively last season. Everybody was. We even talked about it. Sauce wasn't playing that good with him. And that's Sauce. So, man, let me tell you something. David Bailey ain't going to take a lot, bro. Go do what you did in college. Move to the left a little bit. Go do what you did in college. Hey, back up. Get behind that fat guy. They're going to do a twist like this. And then you just run where nobody's at. Do what you did in college. You know what I'm saying? Do what you did in college. Do what you did in college, dog. You know? So that's going to help Aaron Glenn. That's it. You know what I mean? Let me see what's going on here. Mike P says, Joe, USC. Whoa. Mike P, watch it. Watch that SC slander, okay? Tread lightly, okay? We all about those Trojans over here. Fight on. You watch it, my friend. You watch it, all right? People always want to bash USC, and it's because you know that we're that good. You know that we're great. You're angry about it. I understand. All right? I understand. Coach G says, Joe, you will love Bailey. He played like a savage. Man. Can't wait. Can't wait. All right. John salutes. Good to see you in the building. John says, Reese Tate looks pretty awesome. Yeah, he's a good player. Arvo Reese is a good player. Really good player. Badger Den says the opposing QB cannot be allowed to have all day to throw the ball. You can't, but that's what we saw. We saw it all last year. We've seen it for longer than just last year. The Jets have lacked an actual, consistent edge rush for a minute. That's why we were so excited about Huff. We were like, whoa, this guy's got double-digit sacks. This is the first time, in a long time, where we've had a guy in the building that we can say, this is the guy that's going to get after you. Right? This is the guy that we're going to send after you and we're going to crush you with him. That's who's going to come after you. That's the guy that you're going to have to be worried about on second and third down. That's the guy we're going to be able to, really get crazy with. We're going to maul you with that guy. Right? And then anybody remember Jermaine Johnson? He's another guy. He's not Huff. He's not like a top line edge rush, but he's coming along and one day he's going to have double. Neither one of those guys are here. They're both gone. And you saw the Jets just kind of regress. You can't have that in the NFL. If you don't have edge rush in the NFL, get ready to lose a lot. Unless your team's offense is putting up 38 a game, get ready to lose. Get ready to lose, dog. Right? Excuse me. And I'm tired. You know what else I'm really tired of while we're talking about Jets fans? I am tired of Jets fans always talking about manufacturing pressure on the quarterback from the interior. Every Jets fan, the second you talk about, man, we don't get any pressure from the edge, they, well, just draft this D tackle. He'll push the pocket. He's they always use the same name. He's Aaron Donald. Please stop using Aaron Donald. Sonny Styles goes to Washington. They got themselves a good player. They got themselves a good player right there. Sonny Styles is in Washington. I am tired of Jets fans talking about Aaron Donald. Every time we talk about like the lack of, well, you can just get a defensive tackle. He can rush from the interior. Stop using, the outlier. Stop using the outlier as the main example. That's not realistic. That's not realistic. Not everybody is going to get that type of pressure. You're using like a generational talent to be like, well, we can just draft that. No, man. Just be simple. Why can't we just do what everybody else is doing and have success? Go get an edge rusher. Edge. Come on. Very simple. Very simple. Very simple. Coach G says Reese is an off-ball linebacker, but for some reason got reclassified to edge to boost his stock. There was a lot of talk about that. There's a lot of talk about that. I'm just going to leave that there. There's a lot of talk about that. He does have some ability to rush the edge and can develop there for sure. But there's a lot of talk about that. The Giants got him, and they're going to play off ball over there. I think he's going to have a really good career. I do. Badger Den says, if the Jets are bad and Glenn gets fired mid-season, then I guess Frank Wright will become the head coach. I don't want him as a head coach either. But I do think he will become the interim head coach. But I don't want Frank Reich as a head coach either. I do not want Frank Reich to be the Jets head coach. I don't want it. At this point, I do not want that. There were coaches that I wanted. I'm not even going to talk about it because Aaron Glenn didn't get fired. But there was a lot of coaches out there that I wanted to see become the New York Jets head coach. A lot of them. There was a couple. And I think they had a good chance to get him, but they stuck with Aaron Glenn. And I think that Woody Johnson did that because Aaron Glenn's contract is so big. Edwards says Delane will fit KC's system nicely. Yes, he will. And he also says Sam Darnold definitely came back to haunt us. That's a fact. Again, and I'm not going to stop talking about this. When we talk about coaching, one of the biggest issues with Sam Darnold, if not the biggest issue, in trying to figure out who he was, who he wasn't, one of our biggest blunders with him was coaching. If you look at Sam Darnold, he does a lot of the exact same things that we loved when we drafted him. Anybody remember? I'm an SC guy. I told y'all. Yo, this dude, he's the real deal. And I'm not a homer like other people. If a guy's bad, I'll tell you he's bad from SC. I'll tell you that he's not good. When I saw Sam Darnold, I was like, bro, this guy has everything that you need, but there's some things within him that he has to change. There's some things he has to change. Right? But he's the goods. And he came here and was never coached correctly. We didn't give him an offensive line to protect him properly. He didn't have enough offensive weapons here. He never had a true number one wide receiver, which is insane. When you talk about, it's insane when you talk about drafting a young quarterback and you never protect him properly and you never give him an actual target. What do you expect? You never give him a legitimate number one wide receiver? You're setting him up to fail. And the coaching was so bad, he went from Bowles to Gaze. He was already, Bowles and his nonsense. And I know he went to Tampa Bay and became, a great defensive coordinator over here. I'm not bashing him. I'm just saying here as a head coach of New York Jets, he was terrible. Man, he went over there. made some stops. We sent him to the Panthers. Then from the Panthers, I think he went to the Niners. Then from the Niners, he went to the Vikings. And the light turned on. Why? Because he was coached well. They talked about it. That Niners, being around that Niners coaching staff. Bang. Right? Then he goes to the Vikings, and you seen what he did there. And the biggest mistake the Vikings made was going, oh, yeah, we'll get him out of here. We'll just go back with McCarthy. Bad idea. Goes to Seattle. Seattle said, oh, really? oh, really? No problem. No problem. West Coast guy, he's coming back over here. Let's go. What happened? Super Bowl. Super Bowl. And he's everything that I told y'all he was. He's everything that I told you he was. Everything. Everything. Lighten it up. And the one of the biggest things that I saw, the biggest point of growth that I saw from Sam Darnold in that Super Bowl game, that I saw all year, but I saw from Sam Darnold in that Super Bowl game in particular, was his ability to go, I'm dialing it down, and I'll just take what you give me. I'm not going to force that ball over there. I could do it. I got the arm strength. But let me just hit this check down right here. First down. Oh, yeah. I could take this chance and launch this ball down the field 40 yards to this guy and drop it right in there. Put it up there so he can make a play. Hold on. 8 yards. He takes it 2 more. First down. Like that. Oh, yeah. Hey, whoa. I see the defense. Okay, I could check into something to take advantage of that. Let me hold on a second. Check out of this. We're going to run the ball. We're going to run the ball. Like, that simple. That simple. That was the growth I saw in Sam Darnold. Like, that was one of the biggest parts of growth that I saw in Sam Darnold. The Saints are up and the pick is in. So, man, the Jets, y'all saw it. Full stop. You seen it. Man, oh, man. Badger Den says, it's the Jets' fault. They should have developed him. That's a fact. That's a fact. Coach G says, Joe, what do you think about Lemon? Hope we get him. That's the guy I want at 16. I like Lemon a lot. Again, I'm an SC guy. He makes everything look easy. I know that there's a lot of talk about, well, he won't, his production from the slot. Like, brother, that could get better. He has all the traits and tools. He can run them. Jordan Tyson is going to the Saints. Jordan Tyson's going to the Saints, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Saints take Jordan Tyson at 8. Off the board. You got Tate off the board. Tyson off the board. Okay. Let's get it. All right. Tate off the board. Tyson off the board. Let's get it. Okay. Man, oh man. We're we're doing it up. We're putting it together. Lot of wide receivers. Okay. Lot of wide receivers. Tate, Tyson, off the board. Off the board. Off the board. Off the board. There's some people still out there. There's some people still out there. All right. There's some people still out there. We gonna see. We gonna see. We gonna see. All right. We looking around, baby. All right. Let me tell you something. What you got? Lemon, Boston, Concepcion, and Cooper still out there. What it is. What it is. What are y'all thoughts about this? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Saints get Tyson at 8. And he going to somewhere that is all about it. Going somewhere that's all about it. Man, you talking about a guy, and he has all the traits. If this young man can stay healthy, he is going to be dangerous. He is going to be dangerous, bro. He is going to be dangerous in the NFL. But yeah, Coach G, I love Mekhi Lemon. I think he's phenomenal. I would like to see the Jets take him at 16. I don't care if people talking about or he'd have issues working out the slot or just stop. I think he'd be fine. Great hands. He can go up and get the ball. Solid route runner. Of course, I think in the league he's going to get bigger, a little bit bigger. I think that would help him. But he has the traits to be really good. He has the traits to be a really good number 2, and that's exactly what the Jets need. A really good number 2, kind of low end to mid-level 1 out of college. Maybe 1 out of college. But a really good high-level number 2 is what he absolutely can be. So, Badger Den says they did not develop Zach Wilson. Badger Den says they did not develop Zach Wilson well either. Zach had more tools than Sam ever did, though. He had more tools to work with. They tried. They got Zach weapons. Zach just didn't have it up here, to be honest. He just didn't have it. And there's nothing. It is what it is. But he didn't have it up here, bro. He didn't have it up here. I'll never forget after that Patriots loss. And that reporter came up to him and asked him, hey, do you feel like you owe the defense anything after, because he had a bunch of picks. And he said, no, we don't owe them anything. I said, oh. He talked about wanting to throw the ball. We're playing too safe. You got to throw the ball. You could tell he was tired of playing a controlled style to football. He wanted to do the backyard stuff that he was doing in Utah. Browns pick is in. They pick Spencer Fano. Okay. Good place for him to go. Spencer Fano going to the Browns. Rusty says we didn't fail Sam. The Panthers, Niners, and Minnesota did 100%. I disagree. We absolutely failed Sam Darnold. We failed Sam Darnold. And we failed ourselves. To be truthfully honest, the Jets failed themselves because they failed Sam Darnold. You basically threw away a bunch of capital because nobody thought that Baker Mayfield was going to get picked before Sam Darnold. Nobody thought that. At least I didn't. I thought that everybody thought the Browns were clearly going to draft Sam Darnold. That was easy. And the Browns took Baker Mayfield. And Sam Darnold's sitting right there in your lap. You grab him, right? He's super young, uber talented, and you just waste his talents. And then he finds his way, goes somewhere else, and hands them a Super Bowl. Wow. Edward says that's the key. The Saints keeping Tyson healthy. Yep. Yep. Badger Den says the Jets pick it at 33. It's almost that is the Jets pick at 33. That is almost like the end of the first round. Yeah. Yeah. Rusty says the Jets might as well get Vega at 16 and get Chris Johnson at 33. Then wide receiver Chris Bell. I talked about Chris Bell at 44. Bell is 100% now, by the way. Him and Tate are the two best wide receivers in this draft, just saying. I talked about Chris Bell being another guy. Look, I would not be surprised, and I would not go against the New York Jets going wide receiver back to back. Going wide receiver at 16, then turn around and going wide receiver again at 33, depending who's there. I wouldn't be against it. You know? What are y'all thoughts about Fano? The Giants have selected and made their selection as well. They get Mauigoa. I'm saying Francis Mauigoa. He's in the building. He's going to the Giants. So the Giants get Reese and Mauigoa. Good stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff. Whew. Man. Edward Stewart says, Boston or Lemon for me at 16. Boston has the size. Really would help out Garrett. Yeah. Yeah. I talked about Denzel Boston. Man, it was like a month ago with some Jets fans. The Cowboys have traded up to 11. Let me break this before I give y'all my Denzel Boston take here. All right. Let me break this. They traded up. I don't think the Capitals in, but the Cowboys have traded up to 11. And the Dolphins have traded. I think they traded back as well. So here we are. All right. Dolphins at 12, Cowboys at 11. So we're going to see what the Cowboys are chasing here and what's going on. But, yeah, Denzel Boston, I was talking with a couple people about him. And there were some people that were like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, look, this guy is an immediate red zone threat immediately because of his size. He can go up and get the ball. And a lot of people were going, well, Joe, you know, he's not terrible, but he just reminds me of Kelvin Benjamin. And I remember I was a guy that was really high on Kelvin Benjamin, too, when he first came out. I was telling people, I think the Jets should draft Kelvin Benjamin. I think he's going to be really good. He's too big. He's too big, Joe. Too big of a wide receiver. He's not going to be able to run. And he was running with people and running away from people. Kelvin Benjamin's rookie year was really good. Kelvin Benjamin didn't, I wouldn't even say bust out, but he didn't get bad until he got that ACL injury. When he tore his ACL, and it was, you know, rough, really rough tear, he wasn't the same after that. He lost his speed. He lost a lot of other things. He was cooked. But before that injury, Kelvin Benjamin was cooking. Cam Newton could just throw the ball in his direction, and he would come down with it because he was so tall, so big. There was nothing guys could do about him. So I look at Boston and I say, man, I know there's things he's got to work on, you know, but I wouldn't be upset at all if the Jets took him, you know, depending on, you know, where they want to take him. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. Yeah. There's a lot of talk about Caleb Downs going early, too. Going early. who was it that said they wanted Caleb Downs at 2? I forgot who it was. Somebody was saying Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs still on the board here. I'm not saying that I want him. That's not what I'm saying. I don't want to see the Jets take a safety. I understand Downs is a phenomenal player, yada, yada, yada. But I don't, not a safety. Please, no. Please, not a safety. But the Cowboys are at 11. I think the Cowboys are going to take a wide receiver. Me personally. That's what I think. Edward says, that's true, Joe. Got to score more points. It's a fact. Rusty says, Shanahan is the reason why Sam is good now. He's a true QB whisperer. Yeah, good coach. He's a good coach. That's usually what happens. Like, players, that are poorly coached, they get around, better coaches that are able to help them progress through things, able to simplify things, able to break down things. Sometimes it's not even like the mental. Sometimes it's just really fine-tuning mechanics. Fine-tuning mechanics and working certain things out their DNA. One of the things I noticed about Sam Darnold, especially after the injuries, when I would watch him play, because I watched him at SC and then I watched him with the Jets, is that when he would drop back after he came back, because I think he had like a shoulder injury one time, and he came back and I could see he was playing so scared. Dude, he did not want to get hit no more. And I get it. He did not want to get hit no more. When you looked at like how he was throwing, he would throw running backwards, trying to get away. He's like, and then he would just like run. Like he did not want to get hit anymore. And that will cause interceptions. It'll cause missed throws, all that stuff. But when it's gotten into your DNA because you don't want to get hit no more. You can't trust your offensive line. They're going to get you smacked. That's on the Jets. That's on the Jets. When you look at Sam Darnold now, he's standing tall. He's letting it go. Cool. Moving on. Like that stuff has been worked out. That stuff has been worked out. Rusty says the Jets did a visit with Chris Bell, the only wide receiver they brought in to interview, by the way. Yeah, he could be the guy. I know that there was a lot made up about Bailey getting his 30 canceled. I guess we see what time that is, right? So, excuse me. Cowboys, again in the trade, get the 11th overall pick. Dolphins get the 12th pick, a 5th round pick, and another pick. So the pick is in, and I believe it's Caleb Downs. The Dolphins got in the trade. They got the 12th pick in the draft, then the number 177th pick in the draft, and the number 180 pick in the draft. So, Caleb Downs is going to the Cowboys. Wow, I thought they would go wide receiver. They got themselves a safety. Caleb Downs is a good player. He's a dang good player. Caleb Downs is a good player. Man. Excuse me, y'all. Your boy Joe. You know what I'm saying? I got them strawberries on deck. Okay? Got to snack a little bit. All right? I hope y'all out here eating your fruits. Okay? Drink some water. Eat your fruits. All right? Also eat your vegetables. Okay? Eat your vegetables. Stay healthy, Jets fans. We got to stay healthy. Okay? Life is amazing. You must stay healthy. Eat healthy. All right? We can't have Big Macs every day of the week. Okay? You can't have everything you eat can't be Big Macs and fries. All right? Just put that aside for a little bit and have a fruit or two. Maybe an orange, okay? A banana, some blueberries, strawberries, okay? Have a peach or two, all right? Eat some fruit, okay? So you got Downs. Caleb Downs going to the Cowboys. They made the move up, gave up some capital, and grabbed him. All right. Rusty says, "Do you think the Fish get Lemon now because they traded away everyone?" I think there's a possibility they could. Here's the thing I'm starting to look at though. This is around, and I don't want to say this, but this is around the area where people started talking about Ty Simpson. I'm going to say this again. People started talking about Ty Simpson leaving the board around this area. And I'm wondering when that's going to happen. Is it going to happen in these next few picks? All right. I know there's been a lot of smoke blowing all over the place about the Jets and Ty Simpson. Okay. We will see. Not saying that I want him. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this right here, 12 and down, is where a lot of people are talking about Ty Simpson. So we'll see. I don't know if the Dolphins will take Lemon, but I mean, maybe they could take Ty Simpson, sit him behind, their starter right now, and see what happens in the future for them. You know what I'm saying? That's something they could do. That's something they could absolutely do. You know what I mean? But we will see. I do not want Ty Simpson. I'm going to say that loud and clear right now. I'm not saying that I want Ty Simpson. That's not what I'm saying. I don't want Ty Simpson. All right? Jets fans are very can be a little too quick, all right, to just start a yap. I did not say I want Ty Simpson. Pay attention. I don't want Ty Simpson. What I did say, though, was that this is where a lot of people talked about Ty Simpson being a pick for some of these teams. That's what I did say. All right? The Jets fans sometimes don't be listening. The selection is in. Caden Proctor. Okay. Dolphins get that OT. They get that tackle. I was thinking maybe they grab Ty Simpson, put him behind Malik Willis, pause, and have him, you know what I'm saying, continue to, build himself up to be a starter one day. But, they take Proctor. Proctor's a good player. All right. Good tackle. All right. They're building as well. And we'll see what happens with the Dolphins. Listen, they got Malik Willis. Unless they really believe in him that much, and we'll see what Malik does. There's been a lot of talk about, his ability and what he'll be able to do there with the Dolphins. But we could see the Dolphins in the running for a quarterback next year too. So we will see. We shall see. We shall see. Man, oh man. Let me get back to the Savages. Edward Stewart says, one more Ohio State guy in the first round will take Michigan State record from 1964. Same year Matt Schnell got drafted. We'll see. Rusty says, the Jets better not get Ty Simpson. Would be hilarious though if the fish got that future bust. Listen, Rusty keeps it real. Edward Stewart salutes to him. Edward says, Joe, maybe Simpson goes to the Rams, Steelers, or Cardinals. Yeah. He could go there. I could see him with the Rams. I could see him with the Rams. I could see him with the Steelers. The Cardinals, yeah. I could see him with the Cardinals too. But I don't want to see him with the Jets. But this is around where a lot of people were talking. But I think the likely spot for him is at 21 with the Steelers. I think that's what happens. And I don't know if somebody's going to be willing to trade up to grab him. But we'll see. But I think that he, I don't have any problem with Ty Simpson. I think that, he has the ability to be a good player and somewhere else. I think he has the ability to be a good player somewhere else. I don't want to see him here with the Jets. Not interested. Okay? Not interested. So, we shall see. But Edward, you do like that Steelers talk. I could see that. Rams, I mean, it could happen. The pick is in. Cardinals possible. So all the teams you named could happen. We'll see what happens. We'll see what's going on. There's we got some work to do. Come on. We what? 3 picks away? 3 picks away from the Jets again. Edward Stewart says Proctor is a beast. Yeah. Solid tackle. He's going to to a team I can't stand. But I wish him all the best. But hope that he gets dominated for the entire time that he's there in Miami. So, hoping the Jets just completely destroy, the Dolphins for the foreseeable future or forever. Rusty says Jets might get Vega and put him right next to Olu. Our O-line would be vicious 100%. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about different guards coming into the building. Ione is one of them. Constantly talked about the Penn State guy. We'll see, man. We'll see. The Jets do have a gigantic hole at guard. Absolutely. AVT gone. It sucks that we weren't able to retain him, and it's even worse that he went to the Patriots. So we got 3 picks until we're there. All right. There's still some players on this board, man, that's really good. And I'm telling you right now, I posed the question earlier, okay? I posed the question earlier, and I don't want to jinx it, but he's still here. If Ruben Bain is sitting in your face, okay? If Ruben Bain is sitting in your face at 16, what are you doing? We're going to put a poll up. Yep. Let me tell you something. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. If Ruben Bain is there, we're going to see what time it is. The Rams pick is in. The Rams pick is in. The Rams pick is in. And the Rams are on a clock. And the pick is in. Who are they going to take? Who are they taking? The Rams take Ty Simpson off the board. Edward. Good take. Good take, Edward. Ty Simpson goes to the Rams. That's a good place for him. Sean McVay and those boys are going to work with him. And he's going to get the time that he needs. He's going to the perfect place for him. He's going to the perfect place for him. He's going to the perfect place for him. It's perfect. Ty Simpson is going to the perfect place to be successful in this league. He's going to go to a place where he doesn't have to start immediately, right? He ain't got to start immediately. And he's going with Sean McVay. Oh, it could be so much worse. It could be so much worse. He is being put in a phenomenal position to be successful. He is put in a phenomenal position to be successful. Wow. Phenomenal position. Phenomenal position. Phenomenal. Phenomenal position. I'm happy for him. He gets to go there. He gets to study. He gets to just chill. Go there, study up, work, get better. You're sitting with a dude they've done it. They've won Super Bowls. He's one of the best coaches in the NFL. Like, bro, what a win for Ty Simpson. What a W for Ty Simpson. And it all worked out. Now all he's got to do is go put in the work. 14. What we doing? I'm going to look at that. Vote up. The poll is in the chat. What are you doing? What are you doing if Bain is there at 16? What are you doing? Are you going to draft him? Are you going to pass on him? Are you drafting Lemon? What are you doing? Are you drafting Ty Simpson? He's gone now. So for those of you that did vote for Ty Simpson, oh well. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Edward Stewart says, forgot Bain is still available. Yep. Edward Stewart also says, I love Stafford, but he's getting towards the end of his career. Exactly. He's probably got a year, maybe 2 years left in him, and that sets up Ty Simpson perfectly. Sets him up perfectly. Rusty says, yeah, I'm still not happy that AVT went to the – yeah. I'm still not happy that Uh, that AVT went to the people that play at Foxborough. Yeah. Badger Den says, Rusty is wild. Badger Den says, Rams took Ty Simpson. He's going to learn so much from Matt Stafford. That's a fact. That's a fact. Rusty says, I hope the Jets either get Vega, Thinnyman, or trade back at 16, and they try to get a third and some change. Yeah, we'll see. Perfect call there, Edward. Salutes. Good take. Rusty says, the pick is in on the Ravens. Rusty says, I'm so glad Ty Simpson is gone. 2027 is when we get a real QB. Yep. Edward says, Simpson and Mendoza in a great position. Yeah. Rusty says, Simpson can barely hold a clipboard. He's going to be a bust 100%. Whoa. All right. The pick is in with the Ravens. The pick is in. Come on. Ooh. They chose Ione. Whoa. Wow. Wow. Okay. Off the board. The big guard from Penn State. Off the board, baby. Off the board. Off the board. Off the board. Wow. That is, and he's going to a great place as well. Ravens are a great place, man. Damn good organization. And he's right there. He's right there. He's right there. Bro, let me tell you. This is interesting. Interesting. Boy, oh boy. This is interesting. What happens at 15 now? The pick is in for the Bucks. What happens at 15? This is surprising. The slide of Ruben Bain, who was talked about as being a top 10. Is he going to slide further down the board? Ooh. Would the Jets go double edge? Big question. Big question. I'm going to close the poll in a little bit. Get your votes in. You know what I mean? Get your votes in. You know? And we'll take calls after the 16th pick if y'all want to call in. Right? Yeah. 805-885-0467. We'll have a show this upcoming week as well. But I want to get everybody's takes about the first round. So open up the lines if y'all want to talk. We'll be here tonight talking about the first round of the draft and what's happened. Old Stetson. It's going to be very interesting. I know there's a lot of Jets fans that wanted Kenyon Sadiq, and I'm not disrespecting. I'm not interested in Kenyon Sadiq. All right. If Mekhi Lemon is still on the board, if there's other, I just don't want another tight end, dude. please? Can we please figure out the wide receiver situation? All right? Please. I'm not disrespecting Sadiq. I'm sure he'll be a solid player. But the last thing the Jets need is another tight end. It's like, come on. Come on. You know? Man. Mike P says Boston or Lemon. I would love to see the Jets take Lemon. I think he is going to be really good in the league. I think he has the ability to be a really solid to high level number 2 wide receiver in this league. That's what I think he has. That's the ability I think he has. You know, maybe a number 1, toe over the line number 1, you know, good number 1. But I think he has the potential to be a phenomenal number 2. A phenomenal number 2. Edward Stewart says, I'll be happy. Number 16 with wide receiver or interior O-line. Wouldn't that be something on another edge? I wouldn't, bro. If they take Ruben Bain, if they do that, I'm not going to be upset about it. That means you're trotting out a defense that means business. Okay? Means business. Teo Pauly salutes. Good to see you in the building. He says, kind of glad the Rams picked Ty Simpson so the Jets didn't waste 16 on him. Would love Lemon. Yeah. I would love Mekhi Lemon too. Come on. We're going to close the poll in a second. We're going to close the poll in a couple seconds. All right? We're going to close the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're closing that poll. We're closing it up. All right? I'm going to close that poll. Now, if Bain is there at 16, what are you doing? That's the question that I asked. All right? Draft Mekhi Lemon. 67% of the Savages said they would draft Mekhi Lemon. Okay. 17% would say they would just pass on him. Okay. Another 17% of the Savages said they would draft Ty Simpson. We now know that he's a Ram. And no one, not one of the Savages said that they would take him ASAP. None of them. Wow. Wow. That's all I can say. Buccaneers select, and it's Ruben Bain. Ruben Bain. Okay. Respect to him. Ended up in a good spot. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, perfect spot for him. He played at Miami. Bam. Right? He gets to stay at the crib. Now you just playing in Tampa. You know what I mean? He's going to a good organization. Let's go. Let's go. That's good for Ruben Bain. That's damn good for Ruben Bain. All right. Man, let me tell you. Whew. He said, Joe, Mike P says, Joe, there goes your survey. Yeah, it's done. My survey, now it's Mekhi Lemon. Everybody wants Mekhi Lemon. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants Mekhi Lemon. The pick is in by the New York Jets. I know why that pick happened so fast. I feel like it's because Mekhi Lemon is the guy. All right? It's because Mekhi is the guy. Ruben Bain. He came down that hallway with fury. He ready to just unleash on people this upcoming year. I'm excited. This guy, I like how he plays the game. I like what he brings to the table, and I like how he plays the game. Man, oh man. I like it. Ruben Bain in a dang good spot. A good spot. He's going to be able to progress. He's going to be able to do his thing. Perfect spot for him. Perfect spot for him. He's got everything he needs there. Everything. He's got everything he needs. He's going to show up and show out. And I know that people are trying to make a lot of things out of his arms and not being long and things like that. Let me tell you something. A lot of the moves that he has, a lot of things he's going to be able to do. There's a reason why he was so good in college. There's a reason. It didn't come out of nowhere. So, we'll see what happens. But Ruben Bain. He is going to the Bucks. Jets pick is in. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing right now? Come on. Jets pick is in. What are we doing? Let's talk about it. Let's go Makai Lemon. All right. All right. This is not rocket science. It's not tough. Okay? It's not tough. I don't want to see them. Kenyon Sadiq. Just take Makai Lemon, dude. Please take Makai Lemon. All right. Listen, I look, I understand. Very athletic. I know he ran something like he ran a low 4. He ran a low 40, like a 4.3. Look, I get it. The lines are open. 805-885-0467. Listen, I get that he ran. I get that he ran a 4.3. I understand that. I know he's been productive. The Jets have 2 tight ends that they don't use effectively already. Edward Stewart. Jets need a good tight end with ability. Isn't that Mason Taylor? Isn't that Mason Taylor? Isn't that what y'all told me all last year? All last draft. I heard from every single Jets fan when I was saying, hey, we should go wide receiver in the second round. No, draft Mason Taylor, Joe. Because Mason Taylor is like a wide receiver. Okay, cool. We draft Mason Taylor. All right, let's see what's up. They don't even utilize him. Anybody remember when we drafted Jeremy Ruckert? We drafted Jeremy Ruckert, and Jeremy Ruckert was one of the best tight ends in that class, if not the best. They don't use him effectively either. We don't utilize tight ends in this offense at all. Damn near. Am I lying? There was no reason to not utilize Mason Taylor. He was a second-round pick. So, yo, like, why are you drafting another tight end when you don't even use your tight ends right now? Like, what is going on here? Whoa. I don't hate the player. I think he's a good player. I just don't like the pick. How do you pass on Mekhi Lemon? I just don't get it. I don't know. I don't get it. Mekhi Lemon is right there. Like, use him. Or Mekhi Lemon is right there. Draft him. You have 2 tight ends already. Just utilize them. You don't use the ones you have already. Why are you drafting another one? Ugh. I don't understand that. Mike P says, excuse me. Doubled salutes. Good to see you in the building. Doubled says head scratcher. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why you would pass on Mekhi Lemon with him sitting right. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Mike P says, I was a Bowers boy. Oh, my goodness. Mike P says, I was a Bowers boy. Remember, Joe? Yeah, I do. That was, oh, my goodness. That was so brutal. Those Bowers boys, they wouldn't stop. Man, those Bauer boys were unstoppable. They were unstoppable, man. Goodness gracious. Edward Stewart says, we haven't really seen enough of Mason Taylor. You're correct, Joe. The Jets don't use him enough. Exactly. So why are we drafting another tight end that you're not going to use? Why are you drafting another tight end? And if you're drafting another tight end in this draft, then that means you think that Mason Taylor sucks. Because you just gave Jeremy Ruckert a deal. So why are you drafting another tight end? Like, what is going on? Mike P says, Moogie with a bad draft so far. I'm surprised. I just look, I think Sadiq is a good player, right? I don't think he's a bad player. What I'm saying is you don't use the tight ends you have already. Listen, you can go, I do live shows. You can go back and listen to the live shows. And I'm literally talking about how, hey, what's going on with Mason Taylor? Like, why isn't he more involved in this offense? Hey, what's going on with Jeremy Ruckert? Like, why aren't we utilizing the tight ends at all? Like we're not getting the ball in in Taylor's hand at all. We're not doing nothing with him. And I know the high ankle sprain and da-da-da, but he was okay enough to be able to get the ball in his hands, to throw him the football, and they still weren't utilizing him. He was out there. Like, never mind the fact that the Jets had no offensive weapons outside, no reliable offensive weapons this year that were producing other than Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall this year. Keep in mind there was a time when Garrett Wilson was gone for a lot of the season. So it was just Breece Hall. And even then, Mason Taylor was not getting the catches, the targets that I thought he should have had. That was with one weapon in the game. Oh, Lord, man. Mason Taylor had 369 yards total this year. And you gonna draft another tight end? The Vikings pick is in. I would not be surprised if this is to grab Mekhi Lemon. The Lions selected Blake Miller, offensive tackle. I don't know. I don't know, man. I liked David Bailey. I'm okay with that. Why are you taking Sadiq? Like, how many tight ends are you going to have? Let me get to the Savages. Give me your thoughts in the comments. Lines are open, 805-885-0467. You can call in. Don't call in cursing. We're going to keep talking about this draft. Don't call into I can't believe this. Do not call into the show cursing. Don't do that. I'll get you out of here fast, okay? Don't do that. And please make sure you have a good connection. And when you call in, please, if you have noise in your background, your TV, mute it, okay? Can't have you on here with noise and TVs blaring and stuff. Wow. Wow. Badger Den says, my stomach hurts now. They'll have 3 tight ends that they... Badger Den says, my stomach hurts now. They'll have 3 tight ends that they don't use. I think Woody made the pick. Rusty says, why did we not take Dylan Thinniman? Oh, that's right. I remember now. We don't like getting interceptions and creating turnovers. Mike Katina says, Jets could have had Reese, Styles, Bain Jr., Lemon, Cooper Jr., brutal. This team is never going to get it. Mike Tomlin saved his franchise. Edward Stewart says, Ruckert doesn't get enough passes to him. Yeah. Bean says, why would they pass on Lemon? I don't know. Mike P says, Moogie said USC players suck. Watch it. You better watch it, Mike. Okay? These are tough times that we're living in. All right? And I won't go for the SC slander. You better watch it. All right? You're treading that line. All right? Goodness gracious. Edward Stewart says, Lemon or Boston, I would have taken. Yeah. Mike P says, Boston at 33, if he's there. This is crazy to me. Mike P says, make a trade for the Jags wide receiver and a 4th rounder. They should have already have done that, though. Because I don't think that anybody, the Vikings selected Caleb Banks, defensive tackle. Again, the Lions got Blake Miller, offensive tackle from Clemson. The talk about Thomas and getting him from the Jags has been roaming around since the end of the season, and he still hasn't moved. So who knows? There's a lot of people saying that he's really not available and that they're not looking to move him. So we'll see what happens. Katina says March for Arch. Yeah, we'll see. Imagine being a Manning and having 3 tight. Imagine being a Manning and coming into a team with 3 tight ends that they don't use. Hawkeye says Hawkeye Digger says we really didn't use our QB last year either. Rusty says the tank is still on for 2027. Cheers, savages. Mike Katina says they better use them. This man really showed up with 3 tight ends. It's crazy. He really came to the league with 3 tight ends. Come on, bro. Come on. Like, you don't want to help Garrett Wilson out there? Like, come on, man. Come on. Oh, man. Edward Stewart says if they're going for Arch, better not win too many games. Mike Katina says USC recruited some young bulldozers for their O-line. USC will tear it up next year. Maiva is ridiculous as well. I like him a lot. You already know what time it is, Mike. You know what I'm saying? Fight on. We got a caller on the line here. Hold on a second. Is this Rusty?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I don't know anymore.
Are you a tight end? Listen, for those of you that do not know, Rusty, he's a savage. He's a savage. Rusty salutes. All right, we're taking calls. All right. Salutes, Rusty's bud. Calling in. Yeah. It's the NFL draft. The Jets are making moves. Let's start off with this, okay? Before we go to pick 16, give me your thoughts about the Jets selecting David Bailey at 2.
Just, yeah. Wow. Yeah.
You didn't like it?
Yeah. No.
Why?
It's like reminds me of Dumb and Dumber, with like the 2 picks. So just when I thought you couldn't do anything, it was just like, so we had the opportunity to get Sonny Styles and Dylan Thieneman, or we could have got your boy Lemon, or
hold on. Let's hold on for 16. But like you said, at 2, you felt like we could have. You wanted Sonny Styles at 2.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. I was on that wave as well, as you and I both know. I'm not as low on Bailey as others are, because I will say this. This pick of Bailey tells me 2 things. One, they wanted to get as close to the most polished and finished product as they could, and edge is a position of need for the Jets. They said, we're going to identify this guy. He's a guy that can come in and get the job done. All right? Because I understand.
Yeah, if we could take him away from Coachella, because, that's where he's headed now, going with his new DJ riff-raff stuff. Hope he survives.
But he gets it done on the field. He gets it done on the field. So I don't have a problem with that, and I understand the ceiling talk when it comes to even Sonny Styles. Arvell Reese, a lot of people wanted him too. But to have that ceiling, you got to have coaching. Aaron Glenn's not a very good coach, and we're going to see what happens with him this upcoming year. The Eagles just traded up to 20 and grabbed Mekhi Lemon with the quickness. Wow.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, they like winning Super Bowls, right? I forgot. Yeah.
Now let's
so
go
weird.
Let's go to 16, because that with the selection of Mekhi Lemon at 20 by the Eagles, they hurried up and traded up to get him, and we'll be talking about that capital in just a second. What are your thoughts about the Jets going going Kenyon Sadiq at 16 with Makai Lemon sitting right there in their face. What are your thoughts about that?
Like you were saying in the Savages too. Like what difference does it make anymore, man? We don't use quarterbacks and we don't use tight ends, so it's like I don't know. We don't like interceptions either or turnovers. It was good though. We had a good year for turnovers, a total of 4, and they were fumbles. It was good.
Oh
yeah, fantastic.
Oh man,
good. Let's set another record. Let's do it. I'm down for it. 2 years without an interception. Hold my beer, Jets. I'll take that.
Now, just to give everyone the feedback of with the Eagles. So the Eagles traded with Dallas. The Eagles received the 20th pick in the first round. Dallas received the 23rd pick in the first round, the 114th pick, and they also received the 137th pick from the Eagles as well to move up, and the Eagles swiftly grabbed Makai Lemon. I'm stunned myself. I'm stunned. Now, mind you, the Eagles, Dallas, the long history of just not being able to stand each other. Yeah. The fact that Dallas, first off, traded up with the Eagles and gave up capital to grab this guy, like we already know what time it is. They're going to pair him with Smith. We all know they're getting rid of Brown at some point.
Jerry Jones officially has dementia. Wow. It's unbelievable.
I am so stunned. I'm stunned that the New York Jets passed up on Makai Lemon, because how do you pass up on the opportunity to help Garrett Wilson at wideout? Listen, I understand that Kenyon Sadiq, he's a good player. I understand that, okay? I get it. And caller, we'll get right back to you. I get that he's a good player. I get it. But my goodness, how do you pass up on a guy that can help you at wideout today, that can come in and take some of the pressure or be the second guy to Garrett Wilson when he's getting doubled? Why would you pass that up to go for a tight end? And mind you, you already have 2 tight ends that you don't even utilize. I'm just stunned by this. I'm stunned by it. So, oh man, Rusty.
Well, I was never really a fan of Rucker, and I am the Ohio State Buckeyes, the best in the land.
Well,
the true good red color out there that's in the Big Ten that we own.
Okay.
But
yep. All right, yeah. Let's not get bogged down and yap about those bums. So what are you looking for in the second round? We know that the Jets have pick number 33. What are you thinking the Jets should do? Are you looking for the Jets to move up, try to move back up into the first round, or what are you looking for the Jets to do, man?
At this point, I really hope we get Chris Johnson and Chris Bell.
Okay.
Because we need interceptions. Chris Johnson is a crazy good ball hawk, and he's smart, fast. He's like 6'1" or 6'2", and he's from San Diego State, and they produce those sneaky good corners. They're one of them low key, cornerback factories, believe it or not.
Yeah. And
I don't know. I just hope we do the right thing now and just go the Chris Bell route.
Yeah.
And hopefully everyone's scared of him. And did you see how fast he just ran on the treadmill?
Yeah, he was.
Did you hear about that?
I didn't see how fast he ran on a treadmill, but I've known about Chris Bell. He's a big body guy. He can go
22 miles an hour.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, his knee's doing pretty good, I would think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, Rusty. Well, man, we'll see what happens. I got to get to other callers. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I like Bailey, but that tight end.
That's how I feel, dude.
Yeah. So I'll get to listen, Rusty. Thank you so much for calling in. I'll be having a show this week. Hope to hear from you.
Yep, absolutely, bud. Enjoy your weekend. Salute to you and salute to the fellow Savages.
Absolutely.
Let's do something, Jets. Something productive.
Yep. 718, we're coming directly to you, 718. Give me your thoughts. I got some feedback from you, 718. If you can mute your background. What are your thoughts about the Jets, and what are your thoughts about pick number 2 and pick 16? Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, I hear you.
So give me your thoughts about give me your name, where you're from, and give me your thoughts about the Jets picks 2 and 16.
Well, my name is Joe, and I'm from Staten Island, New York.
Okay, Joe. Good to hear from you. First time, I think this is your first time calling in. What are your thoughts about this pick 2 and 16, man? Bailey, and then you get Sadiq at 16. How are you feeling about it?
I'll be honest. A lot of Jet fans didn't want this player for the number 2 pick, but I wanted Bain for the number 2 pick. But
Okay.
if they didn't want to pick Bain, I would have went with Reese. So I'm a little mixed on this pick with Bailey.
Okay.
I don't. Number 6. I'm sorry.
No, I don't know if you're on Bluetooth. If you can come off your Bluetooth and go straight into your phone so we can hear you, because I can hear you, but you just sound kind of far away, and I want to.
Hold on. You hear me now?
Say it again.
I don't think I'm on Bluetooth. Let me see.
Okay, let's come a little bit closer to your phone, maybe. But yeah, look, that's a very interesting take.
You hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you better now. That's an
There you
interesting
go.
take. There were some Jets fans that were calling for Bain, but being able to grab Bailey, me personally, I look at it like you're getting a guy that's going to be able to come in and just wreak havoc day one. I'm not expecting big sack numbers because he's a rookie. I'm not expecting big sack numbers, but I'm expecting him to come in and just do what he did in college. He's the most polished edge rusher in this class. So I'll take that. Right? Now where the questions start for me is this tight end pick. Especially with Mekhi Lemon sitting right there. I don't know why, because we already have 2 tight ends that they don't utilize. One, Mason Taylor, which they just drafted like last year. I'm kind of scratching my head at that one. What do you make of it?
I wouldn't have picked the tight end with the number 16 pick, but I'm fine with it. I know that sounds crazy because, like you said, we have Mason there. I think Mekhi Lemon, I think he's overrated. He's a 5'11" midget, man. Is he the next Tyler Lockett? Is that what everybody's thinking? I don't see it.
Well, let me tell you something. I watched him at SC. He's really good. There's a reason why the Eagles screamed right up, made the trade with Dallas, and came up screaming to grab him at 20. There's a reason. Here he is. I understand the 5'7" stuff, but look, he's a guy that can move. I'm talking move. He plays bigger than 5'7". He can go up and get the football if need be. But the thing that's the most impressive about Mekhi Lemon and all the time that I watched him, he's a guy that, one, he just finds a way to get open. It doesn't really matter what you're trying to do defensively. He's going to find the hole in your defense to get open. And 2, when he does find that hole and the ball gets to him, he always finds a way to get more yards. He's not a guy that just catch the ball and go down. No. He just finds a way.
Who was Fernando Mendoza's man? Who was the number 1 receiver he used?
Say it again?
Fernando Mendoza. Who was the receiver that he used? And that's in the draft this year.
Are you talking about Cooper?
Yeah.
That's fine. Like Cooper, I understand that.
I would have picked him.
Yeah, but there's some people that do want Cooper too. But when you talk about Mekhi Lemon, you're talking about a guy that can be a high-end number 2. That's what we're talking about in the league. That's what he's projected out as. I'm telling you, he's going to be solid. And again, he's a guy that when the ball gets into his hands, he finds a way to just get them yak yards rolling. And I get that Cooper, he's a guy, but it's a different type of game with Mekhi Lemon. He's getting down the field. Cooper runs a lot of screens, different stuff like that. Mekhi Lemon's getting down the field. It's really solid route runner. Really solid. Of course, they could all get better, but a solid route runner. But yeah, I just don't get it. I don't understand why you pass on Mekhi Lemon, especially for a tight end. I don't get that. But my next and final question for you, man, and again, I want to thank you for calling in, Joe. What are you looking for the Jets to do as this draft continues on? Do you want to see them move back up into the first round and grab somebody, or is there a player that you want to see them target in the second round, and if so, who it is?
No, I don't think they should go move up unless it's like a couple picks away from number 33. You know what they have to give up maybe is maybe a 4th or 5th rounder. But otherwise, no, I don't want to see them move up and draft to get another first-round pick. We did that with Joe Douglas, and how'd that work?
Yeah.
You know, Jermaine Johnson got traded eventually. And I mean, at the time, I thought it was actually a good move.
Yeah, it was a good move then.
You know?
Absolutely. It was a great move for the Jets.
Yeah. But, I mean, I don't know. Right now, the way I'm seeing the way Muji's drafting, I'm kind of mixed on his draft right now. So
Yeah.
how do you feel about it?
Man, I like Bailey. I don't like the tight end pick, not because he's a bad player, but just because he's a tight end. And I think that there were better players there. But we'll see. The draft is continuing on. Second round is coming. There could be some guys, but, man, they really needed some wideout help there. So
I did think they go with receiver probably in the second round.
Yeah, I hope so. Listen, Joe, phenomenal call from you. I got to slide off. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right? Good call.
Sounds great.
All
Take
right.
care.
Listen, great call from Joe there. Great call from Joe. I'm a little, I'm a little confused. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm confused. Okay, I'm confused, baby. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I don't know what's happening. Like, I don't get why you would pass up on Makai Lemon when he's right there for you. I just don't get it. But they've got to be targeting wide receiver in that second round.
Yeah.
They've got to be targeting wide receiver in that second round. Man, this is rough. I was hoping that man, he fell right to us. I was hoping that we would end up with Makai Lemon. And he drafted Sadiq at 16. Man. Goodness gracious. Lines open 805-8850-467. Is this Mike from Tom's River?
Yes.
Mike, do you have a tight end that you want to select? For those of you that do not know Mike, he's a savage. Mike is a savage. Mike, we're sitting here at the draft, watching the draft together. I want to thank you for calling in. Let's start, man. Pick number 2, David Bailey. What are your thoughts about it? Is there a player that you wanted over him? Do you like the selection?
I want a Reese.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so mad. Like this whole first round, I thought Mookie was doing all these trades and everything, making all these good trades and everything, and he flopped on this draft. I mean, oh God, man. Oh, I'm sick to my stomach. I really am.
No, look, I understand. I was a Sonny Styles guy, or I am a Sonny Styles guy. Everybody knows I wanted him, but I'm not as upset with the Bailey pick at all. I'm not. I know that he's going to be able to come in here and do exactly what he did in college, right? And he's going to be able to step in, give us some really good edge pressure.
Yeah, on third down.
And put things together. So I'm not as mad as others are. I'm not. I like that pick. But 16, that
I know.
Sadiq pick, I'm just confused. I'm confused about what exactly he's trying to do with that pick. I mean, what are your thoughts about it? The tight end pick there.
We didn't need a tight end on that pick. Even though he's really good, like he's a freak, He ran a 4.3 and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But we need a wide receiver. We need a number 2. I would have took Lemon or Boston or the kid from Texas, Concepcion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We need a number 2. So hopefully Boston can make it to the 33rd pick. I mean, what's going on here? And now we have 3 tight ends. I mean, they don't even throw it to the tight ends.
Mm. Yeah,
maybe Frank Wright will change it up, but
yeah, I'm just, I don't know. I'm confused. The tight end pick
My
is just
my balloon got popped with that 16th pick.
Yeah.
It went, boo.
Yeah, I'm confused with the tight end pick because it's just like, okay, well, what are you going to do with him that you couldn't do with Mason Taylor?
Mm-hmm.
And then not only what are you going to do with him that you couldn't do with Mason Taylor, but also it's like, well, you barely utilized Mason Taylor and Jeremy Ruckert last year. So, like,
well, Mason Taylor had the high ankle sprain. I think that hurt him throughout
the
year. You know what I'm saying?
He did have the high ankle sprain early, but they brought him back. He still wasn't getting targets, even when Breece Hall wasn't in the game, or excuse me, even when
but our
Garrett Wilson wasn't in the game.
Was garbage. Our quarterbacks were garbage, though. You know.
Say it again.
Our quarterbacks were garbage. He was like the worst quarterback in history in the NFL.
Yeah, even though our quarterbacks, there was nobody else out there but Breece Hall.
Exactly.
Exactly. Okay, so but if there's nobody else out there but Breece Hall, even our wide receiver corps was spotty, right? Everybody's, you know. So what exactly are we doing here? And I know people are going to try to talk about, you know, the other wide receivers that we have, but none of them are as proven. None of them are proven at all as Garrett Wilson. None of them.
Yep.
So it's like even people trying to sell me on a Donde Mitchell, on a AD, like how are you selling me on him? He had a up and down year. So it's like, hey, how do you not add to the Jets wide receiver core? How do you not do that? I just don't get it. I simply don't get it. And I understand there may be some guys there in the second round. Maybe you grab, you know, a Boston. Maybe Cooper is there. But you had Mekhi Lemon sitting right there in front of you, and you didn't make the move.
Yep, and he'd be a perfect slot guy too. You know what I'm saying?
I just
he would have been perfect.
I just don't get it. So when you look at this,
you think Woody Johnson? You think Woody Johnson made them pick them?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Woody Johnson was the guy that made the pick, but I don't think so. I just think that that's what Moogie wanted to do. To be completely honest, I just think that that's what Moogie wanted to do, and that's it. And he made the move. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand why you take him. And again, Sadiq's not a bad player. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we need a wide receiver.
He wasn't a need.
Yeah, like, we need a wide receiver. He's not a bad player. That's not like I'm not talking about the skill. I'm talking about the position of need. We needed a wide receiver.
Yeah, number 2.
Yeah, that's it. That's.
And you know what scares me? Are we gonna after this draft? Are we gonna trust him going into next year's draft with 3 number 1 picks?
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh. Man. I'm sorry to be a bummer, but
yeah.
No, yeah. Like you're talking that talk. You gotta wonder. Because I simply do not understand. I'm confused about it.
If we don't hit on this draft next year, we're gonna suck for another 10 years.
Oof.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And you gotta get there's so many questions. Because it's like not only are you going into this year and you got to figure out if Aaron Glenn is the guy, right? Which is huge, that he literally has a season to show us something, or he's gone.
I think you got to give him 3 years. I think you got to give him 3 years to make his team.
Give who 3 years?
You know what I mean? At least 3 years to make the team. You know?
Are Aaron Glenn? No.
Yeah.
No. I'll give him 3 games. I'll give him 3 more games.
That's just me being a Jet homer, you know.
Yo, yeah,
3 years, you know.
Yeah, no. Aaron Glenn, what we saw from him year 1.
Yeah, it was bad.
That was terrible. Yeah, no. Well, Mike, what are your thoughts, man? Who do you want to see the Jets target in the second round? Are there some players that you're saying, hey, if they're on the board, we must grab them?
If they took a wide receiver at 16, I wanted to get the linebacker from Texas Tech, Rodriguez.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I would have loved to get him at 33.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then like in the fourth round, we could pick up safety or even another with the wide receiver Bell. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I also wanted to get the quarterback from LSU
Mm.
or Beck, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
One of the two.
Yeah. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's
man.
all looking good. It's all
Yeah.
looking good.
I know there's a lot of people talking about Drew Allar as well, possibly taking him.
I seen a thing on him. There was all the scouts were saying like his how he throws the ball and everything.
Mhm.
They said it was like the worst they ever seen a quarterback throw.
Okay.
Yeah, they were saying there was really bad. I was like, ooh.
Yeah. It's just man, that pick just blew my mind.
Oh,
It
yeah.
just blew my mind.
So now they're going to play a lot of 12 personnel. You know that, right? It's going to be a lot of 12 personnel, predictable run.
Mhm.
You know, but
I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. I really don't. Unless you just feel like AD is going to blow it out the water this upcoming year, and even if you thought that, why wouldn't you just draft another young wide receiver? Because
exactly.
you need more than just those two. Why wouldn't you just draft another
young
wide receiver?
Who are the free agent wide receivers that are left?
It's not much. I know that there's talks of Ayuk from the Niners is supposed to be out there eventually, but he's going to Washington. That's been like pretty much foretold. There's a lot of talk about the Cowboys looking to get rid of either CeeDee Lamb or this is rumors. Okay. People talking about them possibly moving on from CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens. I think he just signed his a franchise thing. There's talks about them trying to move on from him, so they may be trade bait, but you got to give up capital to get those guys, and you got to take care of them. There's been talks about the Jaguars wide receiver Thomas, but he's been talked about since before free agency started, and he still ain't moved. So there's a lot of but the thing is why didn't we just draft a young guy? Like I know. Just you saw how fast the Eagles ran up there. You saw how fast they did it. There's a reason. Hopefully
Boston falls to us at 33.
I hope.
And then that could make it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. Well, listen, Mike. Phenomenal speaking with you, man. It is great. So before I let you go, who do you think has had the best draft so far and the worst draft so far? My final question to you. Wow.
Well, Moody says he hates USC players. So I don't know.
Mike, I got to get you. Listen, enough slander. Mike, thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
All right, Joe. Have a good one.
All right. I gotta get Mike out of here. Enough of the slander. All right? I'm dealing with enough. Okay? I don't want USC slander. I ain't got time for it. I ain't got time for it. Oh, goodness gracious, man. He drafted a tight end. Man. We got 3 tight ends. He drafted a tight end. Let me get back to the Savages in the chat. Again, the lines are open, 805-885-0467. I want to thank everybody for calling in. We're having what I'm saying? We're floating right now on this show. We'll have a show this week, a live show where we'll really address the full draft. I'm just stunned, man. I am stunned by the New York Jets. I don't understand it. The Bailey pick, I'm not against that. I'm not against the Bailey pick. All right, cool. But, man, the other stuff is just, whoa, you know? It's just, whoa. Just makes you wonder. It really makes you wonder, man. Whew. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand the Sadiq pick. He's not a bad player. Just, we don't need a tight end. We don't need a tight end, man. Like, we don't need a tight end, dude. Like, we have enough tight ends. You know? We got tight ends you don't even use. You know? We got tight ends you don't even use. Let me get back to the savages in the chat. Salute to everybody. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Hit that notification bell. Share it across your stream. Share it across your social media with your friends and your family. Please give the stream video a thumbs up. Salutes to Joe Cav. Thank you for subbing. I don't know, man. Mike P says 12 personnel packages a lot this year. That's a fact. Edward Stewart says, yeah, Garrett took a beating the last couple seasons. And they must have something, man, unless A.D. Mitchell takes a gigantic step forward this upcoming season, man, we going to have some problems. Badger Den says Aaron Glenn is toast. Badger Den says, why are the Jets so allergic to taking number one wide receivers? I don't know. Man. I don't know what's going on. Whoo. This is strange. Wow. I didn't expect Sadiq. I know that there was talks about him, but that was just like, oh, well, you know, they're just talking. Man. Lines are still open if you want to call in. We're going to continue to talk about the first round of this NFL draft. KC Concepcion was taken by the Browns at 24. Malachi Lawrence was taken by the Cowboys at 23. They get another edge. Akeem Messidor, another edge, taken by the Chargers. And the Steelers get Max Ihenachor, another tackle from Arizona State. And, of course, the Eagles get Mekhi Lemon at 20. Man, it just makes you wonder, man. It really makes you wonder, like, you know, what's going on? What's happening? You know? What's happening in this world? What's going on? What's happening? You know? I don't know. I don't know these days. Who does? You know what I mean? I just don't understand. I simply do not understand. Don't get it. I just don't get it. You know? You look around and you got to wonder, man. A tight end. Woo! Edward Stewart says, definitely it was a surprise. Yeah, it was. It was. I'm talking sitting right in your face. All you had to do was take him. I guess they're, like I said, the only thing I can think is that they're really betting on A.D. Mitchell to go crazy. They're really betting on A.D. Mitchell to go crazy and really step up. Even though this year he didn't. And there was nothing but opportunity for him. Dylan Thieneman, safety from Oregon, goes to the Bears at 25. Man, how about them Jets? Salutes and respect to you. He says, Joe, I want Dezon Stribling, wide receiver out of Ole Miss in round 4. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. That was like a dream scenario, man. Before the draft, that's a dream scenario. I thought the Dolphins have made a trade. They're now on the clock. Man, I thought the Jets were either going to have to trade up to grab him or something, man. But man, oh man, to have him sit right there and you don't end up getting him. Man, that's just rough. That's rough, but you know what? You gotta wonder, like, what does Moogie have up his sleeve? What does he have up his sleeve? What does he have up his sleeve? I think we got a caller on the line here. Hold on 1 second, caller. Yeah. I'm just wondering, man, like, you know, what's going on and what's happening. So let's get to the callers on the line. Salutes and respect. Gene, is this you?
Yeah, it's me.
Gene, salutes and respect. For those of you that do not know Gene, he's a savage. Gene, respect. I want to start off with your first, Gene. Jets take David Bailey at 2. What are your thoughts?
Man, I'm super happy, bro. Like, I am a pro Bailey guy. Mm-hmm. I'm not an anti-Reese guy, though, but I was hoping he picked Bailey because just the tape on the dude. Mm-hmm. Like, first of all, he doesn't have any swag, like in terms of like gear that he's wearing. So he's just no wristband, no arm sleeve, nothing special. He just goes out there and just crushes his opponents. So that Oregon game, y'all need to watch that tape. He's flying all over the place, disrupting the game. If Texas Tech actually had an offense, they would have beat Oregon, to be honest, because David Bailey was single-handedly just destroying that game. And when I knew that he was an option, I was like, bro, 14 or whatever, 14 and a half sacks, tackles for losses were through the roof, lots of fumbles, lots of deflected passes. So in terms of like the run game, look, I made the comment earlier, like we're not drafting guys primarily to stop the run. You can get a jag and just another guy to stop the run. That's cool. Let's get a specialist who can actually do some damage out there. That's David Bailey. Like that's him. Now Reese, on the other hand, like, or whoever was the competition, like, well, Reese is, like I said, he's an off-ball linebacker that they recategorized into an edge guy. Mm-hmm. And I mean, no disrespect to him, but he still has some learning to do. Mm-hmm. And I don't think the Jets organization is that organization to learn with. You can't pick a guy like that at 2. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy with the Bailey pick. I'm good. So,
what would you say to Jets fans that wanted to bring in Sonny Styles? There was Jets fans that were like, hey, Jets should have took Sonny Styles at 2.
So, look, Sonny Styles is a dog. I'm not going to lie. Sonny Styles is a dog, but he's also an off-ball linebacker. Mm. So we got Demario Davis, which I still have high hopes on. We still got Sherwood, but then the depth it goes down. But you don't draft you don't draft an off-ball linebacker, even though he's a Mike. He's a great Mike. Mm-hmm. At 2, nah. I think positional value has some play there. So.
Mm-hmm. No, and I hear you. That's why I'm not upset with.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted Sonny Styles, but I also think that Sonny Styles is a guy that can provide some edge pressure as well. I think there's a facet to his game, but I also, when I saw the pick of David Bailey, and I want to get your thoughts on this. Immediately, my thought was, I'm okay with this, not only because of what he does, but because he's the most polished of edge rushers in the class. And that kind of it doesn't take the pressure off of Aaron Glenn, but it gives him an opportunity to not have to worry about too much to worry about that player, you know? Because everybody else you talk about, like Reese, you talk about all these guys, they talk about their ceilings. And it's like, yeah, to get their ceilings, you have to have that type of coach, though. And to this point, Aaron Glenn is not that type of coach, right? I think we can all agree on that. So do you think that this pick are you thinking along the same lines as me? Like this pick kind of, eases the pressure for Glenn to just have to really draw things up crazy, where you basically just plug David Bailey in and he does what he's been doing since college?
No, I agree. Like usually those teams that have to like manufacture pressure in like those weird ways, collapse the pocket or like do simulated pressures where they blitz linebackers late. Like those are teams that don't got nothing. They don't got that guy. Mm-hmm. Like Bailey, he's that guy. Yeah, he knows what he's like. You know what he's gonna be doing. Quarterbacks are accounting for him. They're shifting their line to account for him. Like it's night and day, and like having just a group of guys. Like, and you have to like figure like smoke and mirrors the whole thing. Like it's like. But the only thing I disagree on is that I want Aaron Glenn to succeed. He had a bad season. I agree. Mm-hmm. He had a bad season, but I don't think he should have been fired after last. Like, I feel like
you don't think so? Okay.
I feel like most of these guys that become first-time head coaches, like the coach that he was with, Dan Campbell, he had a terrible season with Detroit his first year, right? Mm-hmm. Next season, he turned it up. And I feel like with Aaron Glenn, like growing up and watching the dude and understanding his mentality as a player when he was playing on the Jets, he's a legacy coach already in my eyes. So I'm going to give him a little bit more leeway. Now, if he does a second year where he's like, he's lost and he's like making really bad coaching decisions, then okay, damn, I wish it could have worked out, Glenn, but sorry, you got to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll give him this year. Yeah.
Here's the thing, and I hear what you're saying, Gene. And again, I love having discussions with you about football. I've talked to Jets fans that feel the same way that you do, and I love this team through and through. I watched Aaron Glenn, Victor Green, Brian Cox, Mo Lewis. We already know what time it is. Like, I watched them too.
Sir.
But here's the deal: I can separate Aaron Glenn the corner from Aaron Glenn the coach. And I understand that people love that he is a legacy guy here. He's been here. He knows what it is. He's been in this building. He put that jersey on. He knows the pressure. He knows the fans. But when I watch you go out there as a head coach and this team looks completely lost with you on a weekly basis, where you're getting blown out every week, nah, dog. Not only are you getting blown out every week, but you're going out there and you're making horrific coaching decisions. Like, everybody just likes to forget that, what was it, a minute and 53 seconds that he just let roll off the clock before the half in a game that we lost?
Yeah.
And he didn't just do that one game. He was doing that consistently. Like, there were games where he was making horrific in-game coaching decisions. I understand the rookie coach stuff. I get it. Nobody likes to say, oh, well, he's going to make mistakes. I know rookie coaches, they're going to make mistakes. That's not a mistake, though. That's a horrific decision. How many times did players, I think Garrett Wilson talked about it. Remember when Garrett Wilson went nuts on the sideline and he was going off on somebody and they were like, why is he going off? And he told the media it's because he didn't know what was going on out there. That's insane. When you have players coming out and like, they look lost. Everybody looked lost. This defense, here's another reason I think he should have been fired. When Aaron Glenn was brought in, he was brought in here to fix this defense. Everybody and their mama, right, told me Sulla is trash.
Mm-hmm.
Sulla's garbage. Get him out of
Mm-hmm.
here. This defense is awful. This defense under Aaron Glenn looked worse than any time under Sulla. This defense was getting ran on. I've never seen that in my life. I've never seen the Jets defense get ran on like they were getting ran on this year. Anybody could run on the Jets. Anybody. You could run on the Jets. I could run on the Jets. We could be a running back tandem and have like 250, 3 touchdowns, easy on the Jets. Me and you, Gene, me and you together, we can do this. Trust me.
But Joe, I'm telling you, look. So look, I'm not surprised with the stuff that happened the first year because
What?
He's been with Dan. Have you seen Dan Campbell coach? Have you seen Dan Campbell
Listen,
coach?
Gene,
The go for it on fourth down and freaking lose games.
I get
These
that.
guys are from a diabolical psychology tree. In coaching.
Gene, I get that. I get the riverboat gambling. I get it. That has been something that's going on in they like to gamble a lot on fourth down. I get that.
Oh yeah,
but that is completely different than horrific in-game decisions. Do you remember the game we lost when they had Breece Hall on the sidelines in the clutch, and he was the only real offensive playmaker out there, and they had him on the sidelines in like a pivotal, I think it was on a pivotal fourth down play, and he didn't have no other offensive weapons. Garrett Wilson wasn't even playing. There was nobody out there, and they put Breece Hall on the sidelines. That's Garrett. That's Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
There's a reason why.
Yeah,
look at this. You talk about Dan Campbell. He was on the staff. Aaron Glenn just blew out his whole staff. Damn near everybody is gone. The defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, most of his assistants on both sides of the ball are gone. That's year one. What is that admitting? That you don't know how to pick a staff. All the guys that he told us.
I hope you're not right.
But Gene, do you remember? I'm just giving you a little pushback because you know I love talking football with you.
Know.
You remember day one when they came in, he said everybody was like, "Okay, look, we're in a rebuild. Don't expect anything." What was the first thing he told us? We're not in a rebuild. We're going to continue to win. We're going to put pieces into place.
You have to say that. You have to say
listen,
that.
Listen.
Coach is going to go out there and say, I'm in a rebuild.
No, you don't. You don't have to say that. You can come in and say, yeah, we're going to push. We're going to get things done. He told us we're going to win games, but that wasn't just the point that I was making. He also told us that the guys that he had selected and brought in were going to help him do that. And he had the guys here to turn it all around. Steve Wilkes fired in season. That defense was horrible. Aaron Glenn never touched it. The Jets' defense had been bad since game one. Since game one. When is the last time, Gene, that you have watched the Jets and said, wow, the offense is way better than the defense?
Was that last season? Because it was the offense was actually worse than the defense.
To start the year, it wasn't. The Jets' first game against the Steelers, the Jets' offense looked way better than the defense. The Jets' defense was getting torched. And they consistently got torched all year. Got blown out. Got blown out most of the year. The defense we couldn't defend on at all. We couldn't depend on them whatsoever. I know the offense wasn't good, Gene. You're talking facts. That offense was cheeks. But the defense was even worse. Everybody looked bad. And that's my next point.
Here's the thing.
Go ahead. I'll let you.
Okay, go good. Ask your question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was going to say, look, like, so when Geno Smith left the Jets, and then it was, we had Fitzpatrick, we had Darnold. I stuck around for Darnold because I actually like Darnold. Zach Wilson, I had to go, right? So I stopped watching the Jets a little bit. I started watching where Geno and Darnold were. And I was watching Geno in Seattle, and I would always circle the games where he played against Detroit, or at least 2023, 2024. Aaron Glenn was a coordinator at the time. Let me tell you what, Geno Smith cooked Aaron Glenn in the air. So I'm not, like, Aaron Glenn is no defensive prodigy, to me at least, from those 2 years. But I'll tell you what, when he got Aiden Hutchinson, that last game where Geno Smith went against Aaron Glenn, they lost because of the pressure that Aiden Hutchinson was applying to that Seattle O-line. So when he gets his talent, That's why I say I want to give him a chance, because when he gets his talent in the building and the guys that he can actually work with, I want to see how it works, because I saw the night and day difference of his defense once he got some really skilled guys in there. So let's see. I'm just saying, give him a chance. Just wait. Be a little patient. It looks crazy now because he's from that psycho tree with Dan Campbell and Sean Payton, those guys who are riverboat gamblers. But yeah, just give him a shot. Wait till the talent gets in. You can't. It's year one. You still got solid guys.
I hear you, Gene, but I'll tell you what. If your defense looks like Cheeks and you have Sauce Garner, who's one of the better corners in the league, and he was even struggling in the defense at times, I got questions. I got a lot of questions about Aaron Glenn. I do not think he's a good coach. But again, I respect everybody's opinion, and I understand why y'all feel the way y'all feel. But I can put all of his gameplay aside. He, as a coach, he is Cheeks, and I need to see him. And he's on the hot seat. Trust me. We all know he's on the hot seat, and we all know he would have been fired if his contract wasn't so big. Because I don't think he was the one that even decided to get rid of all those guys on his staff. It was Woody Johnson that did that. And the only time that an owner steps in like that and makes you fire other people is when he's going to fire you. And so you have to make a decision, and that's what he did. But I want to move on, right, to number 16, Gene.
Oh, boy. That's why I called, man. I had to come and
Gene,
console my boy, man. I was like, hell no.
Listen.
Tragic.
Listen. We talked about this. Now, we were talking about, all right, David Bailey. Okay, some people didn't like him, blah, 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 right? I liked him. You like him. Cool. 16, Mekhi Lemon sitting right there. Right in our faces. Right?
Crazy.
Dream
Nasty
scenario.
Work. Nasty work.
And Moogie takes Kenyon Sadiq, the tight end. Now, I don't hate the pick. I don't hate the player. Let me say that. I don't hate the player.
No.
But a tight end at 16, Gene, what are your thoughts?
Oh, man. I'm completely torn with this one. I feel like gut-wrenched because I really wanted Lemon. But, look, Sadiq, the freak, we have to just get accustomed to the guy. Like, he is actually a physical specimen. He is a tight end, so I'm trying to understand what the deal is here, because we have Mason Taylor, we have Ruckert. So it's like, how are we gonna be running 13 personnel? Like, what's going on? Like,
and they just gave Ruckert a deal.
confused.
They just gave him a deal to keep him here. What is going on?
Yeah, so I'm really confused, to be honest. And then Lemon, he is basically the Amon-Ra St. Brown. He is the Jackson Smith and Jigma that Geno Smith played with. That's his type of receiver that he really likes to work with him. So I'm like, why? What's going on? But hey, I don't know. But either way, Kenyon Sadiq is still a great talent, and maybe they're going to be working him as more of a flex receiver, tight end, because he's 60. Look, he's kind of undersized for a tight end. So he's actually a fast receiver because he ran a 4.3, and if he can run routes, like, that's DK Metcalf territory. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what the plan is. But Lemon is right there, bro. Just take Lemon, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't understand it. And even if they feel like AD Mitchell is going to go crazy and he's just going to have a phenomenal year, that doesn't mean that you still don't select Mekhi Lemon, because then that gives your young quarterback 3 wide receivers that he can go to. And you still got Mason Taylor, who you didn't get the ball in the hands of enough last season. And you just signed Jeremy Ruckert, I think, to a 2 or a 3 or 2 year extension. So what are you doing? Are you putting 3 tight ends out on the field? Like, how? What? I just don't understand. I just don't get it. I really don't. And I understand.
I'm clueless.
And I understand the 40 numbers and stuff like that. But, like, how many times have we drafted guys that ran 4.3, 4.4 40s and they didn't do anything? So, like, this, you know, and again, he's a good player. Like, he's a good player. I'm not saying he's a good player, but everybody being enamored by the 40 time, to me, he's a tight end. Like, that's what he is. He's another tight end. So I'm just confused when you have whiteout talent of Mekhi Lemon's ilk. I just don't get why you draft a tight end. So as we continue on, Chris Johnson has gone to the Dolphins at 27. Caleb Lemieux has gone to the Patriots at 28, and Peter Woods has gone to Clemson at 29. Gene, before I let you go, man, what are you looking to see the Jets do? Are there players? The Jets have traded back into the first round, actually at 30 now, so they've made a move. We're going to see what's going on here. The pick is in. Who do you want to see the Jets take here at 30? Who are you hoping that they grab with the 30th pick in the first round? They've traded back into the first round to grab.
Yeah, I mean, we still got Boston out there. Go get Boston.
Okay.
They got that Tennessee kid, but I'm kind of worried about the Tennessee receivers, Brazel.
Okay.
But get Boston or get one of these those linebackers. The Texas Tech or the Texas Tech guy. Did he get drafted yet? Or the Texas dude Hill? Try to get a nice, versatile linebacker. The receiver, we got to hit that receiver. I mean, if we're moving back up, I hope it's a receiver.
Yeah. I hope it's a receiver.
What are your thoughts? Who you rooting for?
I'm hoping it's a receiver. Let me get the trade. So the Jets traded up the San Francisco spot at 30. The Jets gave up the 33rd pick in the draft and the 179th pick in the draft, and SF gave up their 30. So I am hoping that it is Boston. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's Denzel Boston. I was talking about this in the stream earlier. I was saying I would like to see the Jets go double wide receiver. I wanted to see them, grab Lemon, and then I was hoping that Boston would be there in a second. You can grab him too. So with everything the way it's looking, I'm hoping that it's Denzel Boston because 33 is gone. So grab Denzel Boston, get your big body outside, wide receiver, and make something happen here. Make something happen. The pick is in.
They can go with Cooper Jr. as well.
Mm-hmm. Hold on a second. The pick is in, Gene. The pick is in right now,
and
I want your live reaction here. The pick is in. The Jets are selecting Omar Cooper Jr.
There we go. Okay.
At 30. Are you excited about that, or are you upset?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited about it.
Okay.
Because he is a physical. He's like Lemon. Not on Lemon's caliber of route running.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But he's fearless in that middle, like Lemon.
Mm-hmm.
So catching those slants with those heavy linebackers in the middle trying to kill you, he's gonna catch the ball, and he can take it the distance. So. Yeah. And he's similar to. See, that's the thing. Why didn't we just get Lemon?
Because
these are the types of guys that
I
Geno
literally was about to ask you that, but go ahead.
Geno, he loves these guys. These really technical, shifty receivers that can really run good routes, fearless in the middle. That's Geno's game. So the reason why we didn't take Lemon just still baffles me. But at least we got someone that's kind of a Lemon light type of guy.
Yeah. So, I don't dislike the pick. Talked about Cooper as well. He's a guy, everything that you said, physical guy. He's a guy that, man, you get the ball in his hands and he gets rolling. So he's going to be able to help. I wonder, how they're going to utilize him within the offense because like you said as well, and I've been talking about that, the route running got to improve.
Got to improve. Come on, buddy. It's got to be way better than what we saw.
But he, catch the football, physical guy, can get rolling. It's going to be interesting to see how to utilize him within the offense. But I'm wondering if they go wide receiver again in the second because they do have the 44th pick in the second round. So we'll see. But I like the selection of Cooper. But again, we should have just taken Mekhi Lemon. Like we should have just taken Mekhi Lemon. We should have done that.
It's really annoying.
Yeah.
Man,
but,
we went really far back in the second round. Holy cow,
yeah.
44.
Yeah. That's what we have left. We got the 44th pick. We could have just I don't know.
Wow. Okay.
3 tight ends.
Hey, at least we got the receiver.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this. So Boston, I was kind of getting hesitant with Boston because I'm just trying to remember. And this is not like, okay, I'm expecting Gino to be here for a long period of time, but at least
Mm-hmm.
like if he's here for like 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gino doesn't really do well with the tall receivers like that can't really run routes, that are just more jump ball type of guys. Those are the interception guys that for some reason Gino throws interceptions with those guys.
Mm-hmm.
He wants he really eats with those guys who are shifty. They can run really, they're route technicians
Mm-hmm.
like a lemon, and they're fearless in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, because I watched him. I watched Gino when he was at the Raiders, and they drafted a lot of tall guys,
Mm-hmm.
and he struggled with them because they didn't know how to run routes.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Omar is going to be interesting because I didn't really see him as a route technician, but I don't know. We'll see.
yeah. I mean, he's he's got to improve.
We had the chance.
Yeah, I have a different outlook. I mean, Denzel Boston isn't the best route runner in this class by far, but I don't think he's as bad. And again, he's a guy I think that has the ability to improve tremendously. Me personally, I think he's the best wide receiver that's left on the board. But there's other guys in here that I'm excited about. Bell is another guy I'm excited about as well, but he's a little further down the board as a wide receiver. But I'll tell you what, man. I like Cooper. I don't like him more than Lemon. I don't like him more than Boston, but I do like Cooper. So I do like that they just went up and grabbed the guy. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I just wish they would have drafted Mekhi Lemon. But so now, who are you looking to, before I let you go, who are you looking to have them, who are you looking to see the Jets grab with the 44th pick in the second round? Is there a player that you want to see him target that you think is going to be there?
Yeah, I kind of feel like there's some safeties that are still left, like Emmanuel McNeil, Warren. Maybe give him a look. It doesn't hurt to maybe double dip on edge. I hope we get that Ohio State tackle though, the defensive tackle. I forgot, McDonald or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's still available, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And those linebackers.
I think
like,
you talked about
Caden
linebacker. Caden McDonald. I think that's who it is.
Yeah.
McDonald,
He's a big boy, right? 326, 6'2". I'm looking at 326. Big boy. Yeah. So if we can get one of those guys, I'm good. Even the offensive lineman at this point, like, our O line is great, but we're just one injury away from like falling apart. So it doesn't hurt to get a lineman as well. Yeah, I think Pregnon is still there, so he might be an option.
Yeah, listen, Gene.
Joe, man, it's good. Good
facts,
catching back up with you, man. It's been a minute.
Absolutely, man. It has been. We'll be having a show later on in the week at some point, but I gotta slide off, man. Listen, next time I have a show, I want to hear from you. Man. All right.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let me know when you guys are. I'll try to catch you when you guys are live.
Absolutely. Cool. It's probably going to be either Tuesday or Friday this upcoming week. I'll let y'all know for sure though. But it's probably going to be Tuesday or Friday. All right. So thank you very much, Gene. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you.
Yeah.
All right. Peace.
All right. Peace.
Listen, Gene calling in. He's got some takes, man. He's got some takes. All right. Cooper in the building. I like the selection. I wish we would have drafted Lemon, but I like the selection of Omar Cooper Jr. I like it. Jets get him at 30. Keldrick Falk goes to the Titans at 31. And they moved up to grab him. So there's still some guys on the board. Man, that I would love to see the Jets grab. One of them is Denzel Boston. I don't know if he's going to be up there, though. All right. I do not know if he's going to be up there. Jets traded a 5th rounder and a 2nd rounder to move up back into the first round. So let me get back to the Savages. Salutes to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Calling in. First round's coming to a close here. Get back to the Savages here. Edwards says, like Joe said, a true edge since Abraham. Yeah. Bailey, true edge. Mike P says Boston might make it to the second round. I hope he does. I hope he makes it deep into the second round. I would really like to get Denzel Boston on this team. I like Cooper. I like what he could bring to the offense. Man. Whew. It would have been nice. Nice to grab Makai Lemon. Mike P says Boston looks like he's going to fall to 33. Hopefully he falls later than that. Everybody's excited here about Cooper. Mike P says Cooper, yes. Edward says Omar Cooper. Edward also says he likes to pick. Doubled says Cooper, Edward Stewart says Cooper should help taking the pressure off of Garrett. Hopefully he does. Mike P says, now I like the draft. Moogie. All right. The slander from SC. The SC slander that comes from Mike is insane. He loves to slander the Trojan. I don't understand. What did that prestigious school do to you? What did they do to you? They didn't do anything. Edward Stewart says, would have rather have had Boston, but I'm okay with Cooper. But I'm with Cooper. Okay, so he's all right with that. Man. Edward says, still need good depth on the O-line. Yeah. He also says great calls tonight. Absolutely. All the callers are phenomenal. Phenomenal calls we had tonight. Seattle Seahawks, last on this last on the list here of first rounders. Man, there's some talent out there, man. There's some talents that out there. I'm just wondering, bro. Just wondering. Just wondering, man. Just wondering what could have been. What could have been, all right? Seattle's pick is in, okay? Seattle's pick is in. Man. We're going to see who they grab. I hope they don't grab who I think they're going to grab. Man, oh, man. Whew, Jets got 3 tight ends. Just moving and shaking. Boy, oh, boy. Man. Seahawks are moving and shaking, man. Whew. The Jets. That tight end pick is a head scratcher. Then they bring in Cooper. That's a great addition. A great addition. Great addition to the Jets. Wide receiver core. Like what he's going to bring to the table. Seattle Seahawks. Pick is in. Seahawks fan is announcing it right now. Let's see who they're taking. Seahawks go a couple different ways here with this move. What a night. Seahawks fans going crazy. Man. Okay. Excuse me. Shout out to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. That's a really good foundation. And the Seahawks, Jadarian Price, running back, is man, going to the Seahawks. So there's some pieces left. Shout out to that Seahawks fan as well, man. There's pieces left. What a wild night. What a wild night. All right. Wow. There's still some pieces left. Still some folks that got good still on the board that could help the Jets. Mike P says Price is a really good running back. Yeah. Man, let me tell you. Man, I'm looking at Denzel Boston. I'm really hoping the Jets either try to move up. I'm hoping that the Jets try to move back up. Man, if they can move, because they got rid of 129. If they can, I don't know. I'm willing to give up. Maybe they can give up a 7th rounder, or maybe give 33 and maybe give find a way to acquire another 5, or maybe give up a 4 and get a 5 back or something like that. And get back up to that first pick in the second round, or that second pick in the second round, and they can grab Denzel Boston. Man, I think we'll be in the game. Okay? We'll be right there. All right? But I like Omar Cooper. Solid selection. So, all right, folks, what a night. Okay? Had some great calls. The draft is moving and shaking. Man, the Jets they made some. I love the Bailey. I like the Cooper selection. Question marks about the Sadiq selection. But yeah, man, we're putting things together. We're putting some things together. What could have been with Mekhi Lemon is just what could have been. Man. So, second round's coming up. I'm not going to be streaming that, but we're definitely going to have a show this upcoming week. I'm thinking Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, if not Friday, but I'll let y'all know for sure. Man, so I'll let y'all know for sure. Y'all see me post it across my social media, and I'll also across all my social media platforms, and of course on YouTube. So be aware. We'll be taking live calls as well. For those of you that are new, Linktree is in the description of my video. My Linktree or my stream. My Linktree has links to all of my social media platforms. So please get involved with everything that I'm doing. I talk about the Jets all the time. We have a lot of fun on this channel talking Jets. And we, just really enjoy our time here. So please get involved to do a live call-in show. And we do these year-round, so I'll continue, when my schedule allows, continue to talk about the Jets and take calls. The only thing I don't allow on my show is cursing. Don't call into my show cursing. I will get you out of here. Also, when you call in, make sure that your phone is good, okay? Make sure you have a good connection, good phone. Sometimes people call in from like Bluetooth headsets. So, you might have to disconnect that because sometimes you sound far away, as y'all heard tonight. Sometimes that Bluetooth, it just makes you sound real far away from the phone. So, but we have a really good time talking about this football team and everything that they do or they've done. So please get involved. During the season, we have live watch-alongs where we'll watch the game together, and then after the game, I take live callers. And boy, them shows is hot, all right? Especially with the results that we saw last season. Again, do not call into my show cursing. Also, when you call into my show, make sure you're free of background noise, all right? Don't call into my show with a bunch of background noise. Don't do that. I'll have to get you up out of here. I'll ask you, hey, if you have your TV on or you're outside, something crazy, wind blowing crazy, get out of that situation, all right? We need to be able to hear you clearly. If I can't hear you clearly, my audience can't hear you clearly, what can we do, Okay, we can't do anything. All right. So please get involved with everything that I'm doing. Subscribe to the channels. Give the video a thumbs up. Stream a thumbs up. Super chats at the top of the stream. Anything you give to the platform, greatly appreciated. Cash App is at the bottom as well. Anything you want to give to the platform is greatly appreciated. All right. Yeah, so we have a lot of fun over here. So get involved with everything that I'm doing. Also, I game on this channel sometimes. People so mad at me. All right, I get it. But I'll get back to playing games at some point. We play Street Fighter. We play all kind of games, scary games, all kind of stuff. All right. So, we sit down, we play games, and we talk about life. You know what I mean? So please get involved. All right. Please get involved with everything that I'm doing. So salutes to everybody that came on by. Coach G, salutes to you. He says, a good show. I mixed in pick 16, but the other picks are good in my book. Yeah. I think we're all, for the most part, we're all kind of like tied in at 16. Like, what? But salutes, Coach G. Thank you for being in here. Edward Stewart, salutes. Always good to see you in here as well. Thank you for being in here. Mike P, thank you for being in here. Salutes to you. Hawkeye, salutes to you as well. Thank you for being in here. Badger Den, salutes. Good to see you in here as well, as always. Doubled, always good to see you in here as well. Salutes and respect to you. Mike Katina, salutes and respect to you. How about them Jets? Salutes and respect to you. Thank all y'all for being in here, man, and talking that talk with me. Rusty, salutes and respect to you as well. Always good to see you in here too. Bean, salutes. Good salutes and respect to you. Teo Polly, salutes and respect to you as well. Salutes to everybody, man, that came on by and spent some time with your boy and talk that talk. We're all, fans of the Jets, or, football fans, period. Oh, that's another thing. You don't have to be a Jets fan to call into my show either. We have fans from all over the place. Fans of different football teams love to call in and talk about what they see from the outside looking in about the Jets. And sometimes we talk about their teams as well, especially if we're playing them. So if you're not a Jets fan, don't be hesitant to call in. We have all kind of fans that call in here all the time. Bears fans, Falcons fans, Raiders fans, Bucks fans, all kind of stuff. Even Patriots fans have called in here before. You know what I'm saying? But just be aware. You see these two folks here. All right. We bleed green over here. Okay. So just, they call in sometimes, try to slander the Jets. I'll allow a little bit, but don't get too crazy. All right. So yeah, we have a good time. John Kitson, salutes and respect to you as well, man. Always good to see you in here. BK Trainer, salutes and respect to you as well, man. Sean Bennett, salutes and respect to you as well, man. Outlaw, salutes and respect to you too. Salutes and respect, man, just to everybody that came on by, said what's up, and join the show. Edward Stewart said, oh yeah. Please know your area code if you call in too. All right. Some in the past, there's a person that called in. I'll never say who it was. And they didn't know their area code. And they called in. I said, hey, area code, ba, 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 ba. Nothing. Hello, ba, 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 ba. Nothing. Okay, cool. I'll move on. That person was mad. That person was mad at me for a while. And, hey man, why you don't pick up? I'm trying to spit some fire and you don't pick up. I said, well, are you from here? Yeah. What's your area code? I don't know. You should probably know your area code, because I call your area code out when you call in. You don't ever say nothing. So if I don't know you by name, I'll call out your area code. So please know your area code. All right. I'll never say who it was. I have nothing but respect for that person. All right. So yeah, we have a good time here. Get involved with everything that I'm doing. And there'll be more content coming. Just, but we have a great time here. So get involved. All right. So I got to get out of here because my schedule is crazy. Listen, folks, be safe. Okay. Be safe. There's a lot of things going on in this world. A lot of things happening. Sit down with your friends and your family. Enjoy some good food. Man, watch some TV with them and let them know. Okay, if you care about somebody, you love some people in your life, let them know that you love them. All right. It's important to me in my life, and I hope it's important to you and yours, because man, these days you never know. Okay, there's a lot of crazy things going on in the world. Don't ask me why these crazy things are happening, because I don't know, but they're happening. Sit down with your friends and your family and tell them, that you love them if you do. All right. It's important, because you never know. You'll just never know. All right. So I got to get out of here. I'll see you guys next week. We'll have a live show. We'll be talking that talk. Can't wait to hear from y'all, and I'll go back and forth. So until the next time.